Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to some more Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony, where we're at the second trial now, as you can clearly see. I already think we set the skills, yeah, we got the x-ray goggles and stuff. Maybe I said we were gonna save up for, sorry for the noises, Delusion, because that sounds really good. And then if we still want to spend some stuff after that, we'll get Extraordinary Focus, and that should be our build. But anyway, you ready to start?
Yes.
Begins the class trial.
Let's do this thing.
Class trial in session.
Ahem! Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial. During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy.
I like how it's the sign for the dead Monocup as well.
Yeah.
Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, let's get this crazy awesome to the max trial underway!
I think we all know who the most suspicious one is. It's...
Let's combine our power and work together, everyone!
The person who's most suspicious is...
Now lend me your energy, everyone, so we can catch the culprit!
Thank you for cutting
Because
him
the
off
murder
repeatedly.
happened during the magic show, the culprit can only be...
Hey-ya! I'm in top form today!
Tenko! Why are you interrupting me? We can't have a good trial if you talk over me!
Huh?
Sir.
I'm not interrupting you! Whatever you have to say is probably worthless anyway, because all males want to talk about is S.E.
Himiko seems suspicious.
What? What?
Angie, how can you accuse Himiko? Aren't you her friend?
I'm just telling you what Atua is telling me. He is using his divine knowledge to show us the way to survive. You should thank him, lest he pour his holy wrath upon you all.
Screw Atua! That guy's got nothing on me! I'll protect Himiko!
But it does point to Himiko being the most suspicious.
Ryoma died during Himiko's magic show.
His body appearing in the water tank leads one to think the escape trick played a part. It's only natural we suspect Himiko. She was the one performing the trick.
No, that's wrong. The underwater escape wasn't a trick. It was magic.
It's not the part you need to deny. You gotta tell us you're not the culprit.
Magic, huh? That's so cool. What a mysterious miracle. Now, did you kill Ryoma, Himiko? Atua will hear your confession.
Stop it! There's no way any of that is true!
It's true, though. Himiko used the underwater escape trick to kill Ryoma. But I still don't have a clue how Himiko did the trick.
There's no trick. That really was magic.
You know, maybe it really was magic.
Oh, stop it. If you don't reveal your trick now, then we'll vote you as the culprit.
Stop picking on Himiko! A cute tiny flower like her couldn't kill anyone.
I get that you want to defend her, but that might be a bit much.
As I expect, the others suspect Himiko. But I have my doubts. I can't let this case get derailed by misunderstandings. I'm the ultimate detective, so it's up to me. Non-stop debate, let's do this.
Atua has
Already into
blessed me with an epiphany.
Oh
The
my god.
culprit used the underwater escape trick to pull off a sneaky switcheroo with Riona.
After that, the time ran out. The tank above Ryoma opened and piranhas came pouring out.
Ah, and he was eaten alive!
He was not eaten alive.
Eaten to bone by piranhas.
It was a city drowned, right?
Yeah. He was probably dead a while before
Which way to go?
Himiko even
No,
jumped in
that's
there.
wrong.
Right.
The underwater escape was no trick, it's magic.
We heard you the first time,
God,
Titless. No one
this again.
cares.
Thank you.
Ryoma's body was eaten by the piranhas that fell into the tank. That is a fact, but that doesn't mean it was the cause of death.
Atua has blessed me with an epiphany. Escape trick
The tank above Ryoma opened and piranhas came pouring out.
And he
Shit.
That's
Oh
wrong!
my gosh.
No, Ryoma's death was not caused by the piranhas. The Monokuma file indicates the cause of death is drowning.
So it wasn't the piranhas then. He was drowned.
Ooh, I see. I haven't checked the Monokuma file yet, so that's news to me.
You lying little brat! Telling lies is what turns you into a degenerate male.
So what? Ryoma drowned, Himiko changed places with him, and then the piranhas ate him, right?
No, Himiko only had 60 seconds to escape from the tank. Even if they changed places at the start of the show, that's insufficient time to drown someone.
Well, I mean, maybe.
If that is the case, then when did he drown?
When did Ryoma drown? It was obviously... before the show started?
Yeah, before the show started.
That's it!
I didn't even read the other
Ryoma was
answers to see if
already
they were
drowned before
funny.
the show started. Agreed. Before being eaten by the piranhas, he made no attempt to escape the water. To be precise, he made no movements whatsoever. Yes, by that point, he had already joined the ranks of the dead.
Could that mean his body was hidden until the culprit made it appear in the tank?
Hidden? Where?
The culprit would have had to hide the body near the tank and then show it during the act.
Easier said than done.
Was there a place on stage where the culprit could have hid the body? Oh wait, Himiko should know since she performed the underwater escape trick.
Himiko, why won't you just explain it to us?
'Cause it's magic.
You know, maybe it really was magic.
Shut up, Contact. Oh my god.
Himiko is committed to her act, but those who deal in dreams are oft liars.
Why is everyone still picking on Himiko? You're all worse than a drunk dad's ramblings.
We should let
Wow.
him vent. After all, it's tough being the man of the house.
And we gotta figure out how the trick works to find where the body was hidden.
But Himiko does not wish to tell us how she performed her act.
Then let's work together to reveal the secret behind Himiko's trick!
So, not real magic?
No, it was real magic. 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 Magic!
Oh no! It's Himiko's curse! Her curses are really powerful!
Aren't incantations usually more, complicated than that?
Anyway, we first need to determine how Himiko performed the trick. If we can't figure that out, this case is going nowhere.
Well, we already know this, because there's a little
Yeah,
hatch.
a little hatch.
How did Himiko escape the water tank?
Water tank trick, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe she just climbed out and no one noticed.
Nah, she definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps a mechanism
no.
was set up on the stage.
The curtain
I think
covering
it
the
was
tank was certainly suspicious.
Maybe, but
What
that
about
wouldn't.
that square pane of glass?
But it would need to be something we use to agree with it, or something, right?
Put
Oh,
down
what's
in
it,
the
blue?
tank?
Maybe the
No,
tank
it's
had a
not
secret
blue.
hatch.
That one.
Oh. Okay, yeah, bye.
Maki roll.
Thanks.
I agree.
Thanks, Maki.
Maki is correct. There was an escape hatch on that tank.
I see. So it did have one.
That's right. I discovered a similar tank in Himiko's lab. There was a panel on the side that could open. That was her escape.
Mind over strength! No! Your logic is all wrong, Shuichi.
What do you mean?
And you don't even know why you're wrong either. Typical degenerate male. Ah! I'll smash in your face with my fists of hot burning steel!
Okay.
The side of the tank being open doesn't have anything to do with Himiko's escape. She didn't use an escape hatch. I know she didn't do that.
You didn't investigate
And
it.
now,
I don't want to hear it. Oh my god.
Wait a second. Before you punch me, what makes you so sure she didn't?
Because if she escaped from a hatch in the tank, the water would have gushed out with her. There would have been water everywhere.
Well, there was, actually.
I'll cut through your words.
But you didn't look. That's why you're saying bullshit.
There was a reason the room wasn't flooded with water. The staircase that was attached to the water tank. Try to remember how the staircase was positioned. It was aligned perfectly with the tank's escape hatch, meaning the water tank was connected to the inside of the staircase.
Inside staircase? His body was in stairs?
Knowing that, it's clear how Himiko made her escape from underwater. There was a curtain covering the tank during the performance, allowing Himiko to enter the staircase from the hatch undetected. Any water that spilled out would have simply funneled into the staircase.
So how do you get out from the staircase?
The staircase also has an escape hatch, one facing away from us. It's placed so that the water would not drain from the staircase.
In which case, a person could exit and leave water inside the staircase.
However, that person would be soaked, meaning that some trace should be left.
That would explain why there was a puddle around the stairs.
So when Himiko came out from the stairs, her wet clothes dripped water all over.
Ha ha, bitch! Caught you soaking wet and red-handed!
Judging from Himiko's reaction, you hit it right on the bullseye.
But Himiko's clothes should have been wet when she left the water tank.
Behold, the magnificent underwater escape.
Her clothes were definitely not wet.
Of course. That's because my underwater escape wasn't a trick. It was magic.
No, magic had nothing to do with why her clothes weren't wet. No yeah. She never went.
You changed her uniform.
Yeah.
That's it! It's because she changed her uniform.
The dormitory is stocked with uniforms. Did you hide one behind the stage in advance?
I remember seeing Himiko go to the gym this morning, carrying a uniform and a towel.
Ah! Why would you say that?
I see. She had a towel too. She may not have had time to fully dry her hair. But her short hair and hat ensured we were none the wiser.
Himiko can't get wet, because her body repels water.
Huh? Like a duck?
Hydrophobic.
Come on, give it up already.
Oh, I see.
Fine. You win. It's just like you said. The water tank and staircase both have mechanisms.
So I was correct.
But that doesn't mean I used them. I didn't need them, because I used my magic.
Again with the magic crap. Were you dropped on your head as a kid?
Now
She
that we
definitely
understand
was.
how the trick was performed, let us move on.
Yes, let us proceed. Where did the culprit hide Ryoma's body? From our discussion earlier, his body could have been in the space inside the staircase.
But that's where Himiko would escape from, right?
So Himiko went in the stairs with the body? What kind of kinky shit is she into?
That seems unlikely. There isn't enough space for 2 people to fit in there.
Yeah, the stairs are pretty cramped. It'd be hard to fit even Ryoma and Himiko in there. Who says they went in together? She could have made the switch as she was leaving the tank. At the same time, she could have pulled out the body from inside the stairs. That way, she'd have room to put herself in there. See how easy that is? I think that explains how Himiko changed places with Ryoma's body.
Wait a minute! Why did you automatically assume it was Himiko?
Who else but Himiko could have done it?
Angie, you spent more time with Himiko than any of us, so why are you accusing her?
You may think you're protecting Himiko, but what if she really is the culprit? We'll all die, and it will be all your fault. Atua will lose precious devotees. Are you okay with that, Tenko?
I'm totally fine with that.
What?
I don't care what anyone says. Himiko would never murder someone. That's what I believe more than anything. I want to believe in her, no matter what. If I can't do that, then I'd rather just die. So until this body takes its final breath, I'm gonna keep believing in Himiko.
I see.
She is so annoying.
The only one who could have switched out Ryoma's body is Himiko herself.
When Himiko was escaping the tank, she dragged out the body hidden in the stairs
I don't believe that's true.
and simply switched places with it.
That would have been...
Are you telling
that,
me you saw that
That's much
happen?
harder than what you might expect.
No one could have seen that. It would have
Because they're
occurred
in a
in the
tight
middle of the
space,
show,
and...
when the tank was
Yeah,
covered
I
with a
know.
curtain.
Yeah, Gunta said that he looked in there and he didn't see anyone. So, if
Yeah.
she switched the 2 of them from under the stairs, then there should have been, then it should have been,
He should have
you
been
should have
in
seen
there
at least one of them in
whenever
there,
Yeah.
So basically, no one saw anything.
Yeah, that's true.
That's wrong!
Well, I mean, he did see nothing, but it's because he saw something that was nothing. Confusing, but yeah.
Someone
well,
did
now
see inside the
confused.
tank. It was Gonta. Gonta had climbed onto the stage and was looking into the tank from above. Isn't that right, Gonta?
Yeah, Gonta saw down into tank, but saw no one in there.
No one was in there?
Yeah, no one. Guess that clue no good, huh?
No, that's actually a great clue. Because if Ryoma's body was hidden inside the staircase, Himiko would have had to pull him out before she went inside. There certainly wasn't enough room in the staircase for both of them. But that means if the tank was empty when Gonta looked, Ryoma's body must not have been hidden in the staircase.
What if they squeezed into that space with Ryoma's body to avoid getting caught?
She had no need to worry about us witnessing her at that point. For the entire stage was hidden behind a curtain. To all but Gonta, anyway.
Then the culprit never would have considered hiding inside the staircase with the body. Entering the staircase after moving the body is much faster, and seems more rational too.
Then, Ryoma's body wasn't hidden in the stairs?
Someone better say where the fucking body was hidden, or I'm gonna start cutting throats!
Is Ryoma's body hidden? We need to pin that down. It's clear that it was not inside the staircase, but where?
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
It wasn't really in the stairs, was it?
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible.
Or maybe the body was in the tank all along. But
No.
we just couldn't see it.
No.
Impossible. You'd need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
And what of the tank containing the piranhas?
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and piranhas were separated, then it wouldn't have been devoured, correct?
That is true.
Why was he not eaten by the piranhas, even though he was in the same tank? There was one piece of evidence at the crime scene that might explain it.
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
It wasn't really in the stairs, was
They
it?
did also mention the fact that the piranha tank was like suddenly like really bloated.
Or like it was like all the fish were like really pushed up against each other in it.
Yeah, so it makes sense that Ryoma was actually inside of the
Yeah, like let's say you had this square glass of pane. Would you like put it between the fish and the other half of the tank, and you put Ryoma in the other half? I think that would work.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, that'd be kind of, like, strange, though, because you'd have to angle it in such a special way, because the piranhas would have to be on every, like, visible side, as to not, like,
Well,
show
it
the
says
body
that,
before it was dropped.
Let's see if it says anything. Only the front side was made out of glass. The other sides were made out of wood. So there's no way you can see anything except from the front. So all the piranhas are in the front, so you wouldn't see past them, theoretically.
Okay, then yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
They're asking for a way to separate it. Perhaps this is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible. Or maybe the body was in the tank all along, but we just couldn't see it. Impossible. You need top-notch visual effects to pull that off. What of the tank containing the piranhas?
No way!
If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body...
I agree!
Consent.
Keel's hypothesis is correct. The body and the piranhas were separated. This was accomplished using the square glass pane found in the tank.
Just as I thought. Using that glass pane as a divider, a safe space could be created in the tank. It is in such a space that the body could be stored, separated from the piranhas.
Then that means Ryoma's body was hidden in the piranha tank the whole time!
So Ryoma's body fell into the water tank with the piranhas?
Gonta knew it!
What is it, Gonta?
Gonta was above stage when piranhas fall. That's why Gonta sees something no one else could. When piranhas fell, Gonta sees some big thing fall into water tank with them.
The timer hit 0, the buzzer went off. And then... bottom of the suspended tank swung open, and the murky water and shadowy shapes inside fell straight into the water tank Himiko was swimming in. Except she wasn't right now.
Yeah. Shock sounds.
Dun dun dun.
You know, now that going to think about it, going to maybe see Ryoma's body.
When the piranhas dropped from the tank, I thought I saw something bigger drop as well. The water tank on the bottom is made completely out of glass, correct? You can see what is happening through the glass. Can you really hide a body in the tank?
Even in murky water, a dead body would still be visible in a glass tank.
Unless a certain something was used to obscure the body.
A certain something?
We all agree that the glass pane was used to separate the body from the piranhas, correct? Well, that method has the added benefit of hiding the body from view.
Yeah? How could you hide a body like that?
How was the culprit able to conceal the body in the piranha tank? The crammed piranhas?
Yeah.
This is it! It was the piranhas. The piranhas were obscuring the body.
Huh? The piranhas?
That's right. Remember what Angie said during the investigation?
I noticed it right as the show started. I feel like there are more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing. Yeah, extra
They
crammed in there.
increased that significantly? I didn't know piranhas fuck like rabbits.
It seemed that way, but it wasn't that the actual number of piranhas increased. The glass pane divided the tank nearly in half, right? The piranhas got crowded together, making it look like there were more of them.
The more densely the piranhas are packed, the harder it is to see past them.
Because of that, it was difficult to see the body hidden in the tank.
That glass pane was the lid from the piranha tank. It was really easy to detach that lid, so it's no wonder they used it as a divider.
Gee, thanks for telling us that useless detail.
What the heck are you saying? That detail was super useful! Sure, the lid looks a little big, but if you set it diagonally, it would fit perfectly. Nice job, Himiko! Your explanation was awesome!
With this much evidence, it seems like the body was definitely in the piranha tank.
Congrats, Himiko! Now there should be no reason for anyone to suspect you.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, because if you didn't switch places with the body, then you couldn't have killed him.
It only means we now have other suspects. You are not cleared of suspicion just yet.
Okay, but still, that's way better!
That's wonderful news, Himiko! Atua is happy for you.
Apologize, Angie! You and your Atua better tell Himiko you're sorry right now!
Atua is sleeping. He went to bed angry because you all doubted him.
What a petty-ass god!
No, it's okay. We shouldn't be mad at Angie. We should be mad at this class trial, at this killing game.
Oh, Himiko! Bless your sweet, kind heart.
That's what Atua said anyway.
What?
Glad that the handsome god went to bed angry, though.
Oh my god.
Himiko's still brainwashed! But I'm not giving up just yet. This is gonna be a breeze.
She's just upset because she wants to
Now what are we
brainwash
gonna
Himiko.
do? We're back to square one.
And why are we back to square one?
Because any of us could still be the culprit. Jeez! You flunked out of Tard school or something?
Nuh-uh, not everyone. We can narrow it down to whoever doesn't have an alibi yet.
Eh? What alibi?
I guess I should have known a dumb whore pig like you wouldn't understand. So let me explain.
Who you calling a dumb pig?
If there's this much evidence, then there's no mistake the body was hidden in the piranha tank. But for someone to plant the body in there with such limited time is pretty tricky.
Kokichi brings up a valid point. There's only one time the culprit could have set up the scene.
Before the show this morning.
Could it be?
Or yesterday during nighttime.
This one, you mean?
It has to be either one.
And this one.
Yeah. Look at it. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Was it done yesterday during nighttime? A wrong answer. Or something as basic as the school regulations here are useless.
I was wrong!
I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud.
Oh my god, puppy boy, you're fine.
So which one do you want me to pick?
Yes, could be yesterday before nighttime, but I think it's the show before this morning.
So this one?
Yeah.
Was it done before the show this morning?
Oh, we're both.
They stood up there. Somebody would have caught him in the act. I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud.
That's it! It was done yesterday, before nighttime.
He says, getting it right the third time.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding! The ultimate detective gets it right again!
Wait, how do you know it was before nighttime yesterday?
Stop asking me dumbass questions. It could have been solved with the process of elimination. Jeez. Fine. I'll explain it to the itty-bitty pea-brained bitchlet.
Bitchlet?
First, the gym was closed during nighttime, so no one could have entered.
Because if you try to enter the gym at night, it'll go off.
You talking about my butthole?
No, she means the alarm!
After nighttime passed, morning came. But hiding the body before the show was...
Impossible! Himiko and I were waiting in front of the gym before the morning announcement.
Which leaves only one possibility. It was done before nighttime yesterday. Anyone who doesn't get this is just as stupid as the whore bitchlet over there.
You shut your fucking mouth, you useless piece of shit. God, I just want to rip him apart with my bare hands.
In the piranha tank before nighttime yesterday? Which means he was also killed during that time frame.
Yay! Now we know what time the crime happened, right?
I still don't really get it, though. Can we narrow down the time of death a bit more?
I'm sure we can narrow it down more if we consider the source of the information. Who was which account? Was it that somebody's account said they... This one... Right. The last time he was seen.
Yeah.
And that would narrow it down when he was killed because he was
it!
seen alive then, so it must have been after that.
If we can find out who last saw Ryoma alive, we can narrow down the time of death. Kirumi, you were asking everyone when they had last seen him, right?
Yes. Gonta was the last person who saw Ryoma.
What? Really?
And when was the last time Gonta saw Ryoma?
When Gonta was inviting everyone to insect meet and greet, so... Gonta think that was maybe 8 p.m.?
If he was last seen at 8 p.m. and was killed before nighttime officially began...
Then we can assume the crime took place between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night.
So all we must do is find someone with no alibi for that time period, yes? Simple enough. After all, most of us were detained by Gonta then.
If I recall correctly, the only people that weren't there besides Ryoma...
That would be the four of us. Myself, Kaito, Mew, and also Maki.
Well, Kirumi, you would tell the truth, even if it screwed you over.
I do this for everyone. It is my duty to unveil the truth, so I do not care if people suspect me.
Ah, beautiful! Your spirit of self-sacrifice is just too beautiful!
I will also say this. The crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I was at the gym during that time.
I just thought of something.
What are you thinking of?
The ultimate anthropologist. His voice actor is the same voice actor as Teru.
Really?
Yeah. I just
Fascinating.
noticed it. Just listen a little close. You might be able to see it.
Okay.
Hear it.
But I was only there for about 5 minutes.
What did she just say? Wasn't paying attention. She was at the gym during that time. I was only there for about 5 minutes, she says.
Why would you even say that, though? You're tying a noose around your neck, you know.
I don't care if it was 5 seconds. It's way too suspicious that you were alone in the gym. I think the cleaning lady here is the culprit. You killed Ryoma, didn't you?
It's too soon to tell. We should hear what everyone has to say, right?
Fuck that noise!
But Mew, you don't have an alibi for when the crime occurred either, do you?
You think I'm suspicious? I don't even know where the gym is.
That's very suspicious.
Doesn't telling such obvious lies make you more suspicious, Mew?
The other two without
Definitely.
alibis are Kaito and Maki. Let us hear your testimonies.
I was in
Now,
my
do you hear
research
it?
lab the whole time. I
Yeah, a
didn't go
little.
to the gym.
Yeah.
But that cannot be proven, can it?
What about Kaito? Only murderers grow out creepy facial hair like mustaches and goatees.
What? My goatee's not creepy. It gives me a glamorous celebrity vibe.
Anyway, among those 4, the culprit must be the one who doesn't have an alibi.
I apologize, but given the circumstances, we have no choice but to suspect you.
Suspect who? Who's the culprit?
Wait up! Why are you guys suspicious of me? I've been helping the whole time!
Oh wait, I remember now. I do have an alibi.
You will see whether or not I am suspicious as the trial progresses.
I'm not
Way
the
I'm the
culprit.
culprit!
Oh no, the mass panic debate is gonna start. That's what you're thinking, right? Well, you're exactly correct, buddy. But let me give you another tutorial first. The mass panic debate this time around will have loud voice dialogue. Interesting. It's when one of your opponents shouts their opinion in a loud voice. That blocks out everyone's arguments. Even if you see a weak spot, you can't refute it. Oh no, what do I do then? That's what you're thinking, right? Luckily, it's just like white noise. Shut them up with your left-click silencer. After that, all of the arguments will be audible again. Then you just shoot the truth bullet at the weak spot. You know the drill. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, here we go. These can get intense, so...
I have an
I was
alibi.
running away from Gonta!
Oh god.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the
5
classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gonta,
tried hiding in the
others
girls'
were
bathroom.
things got a little heated if you catch
Until
my
they
drift.
left with
Filthy male
Gonta.
pervert!
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before
before 9
nighttime, I got tired and fell
I
asleep.
didn't run
Did
into
you
anyone.
really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was in
Are
my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay
What?
at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
Just sort out everyone's statements, just like Kaede did. To calm down, focus on one at a time.
I have
I
an
was running
alibi.
away
I only
from
saw like
Gonta.
one thing to shoot, right?
What is your
Yeah.
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the
5
classroom.
That's what
When I was
Kiba
running from
I
said.
even tried
think.
hiding in the girls' bathroom.
Things got a little
I don't
heated if
see
you
a
catch me.
Kibo, there is a Kokichi account.
Well, no, I'm saying like what Kiba said. Like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was orange.
Maybe it was in the city, yes. Yeah, I think he said it. Was caught by Kurumi in the entrance hall. Stayed with her until 10. Yeah, that might be it, right?
I think so, yeah.
Pervert!
Yeah, because
Filthy
he was
male
talking
pervert!
about someone in their
Monkey's
undergarments.
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and...
Really
I think
leave
we
the
got
gym
it
at
on
9
that
p.m.?
What he's talking about is whether
Are
or
you
not.
sure you did not?
No.
Oh, in my own room!
What the fuck? Okay, that's annoying.
Okay.
I heard it!
What he's saying is that he's asking if the maid stayed in the gym, but we have evidence that she was over in the entrance hall at that time.
Is telling the truth. Kokichi's
I'm sure I will
story
get to
proves
the
it.
half-naked lady eventually.
I just know that that was an aspect of it. That's why I brought it up.
Right when I got to the entrance hall, Kurumi spotted me. That was right after I left Gunta's lab, so it was right around 9 p.m. So she started throwing questions at me left and right, asking if I was up to no good. She just kept talking, then finally let me go at 10 p.m. when nighttime rolled around. A whole hour? Well, only the first half hour was a lecture, then we played tag for the other half.
Kokichi met Kirumi at 9 p.m., and they were together until nighttime.
Gonta went to the gym to catch Himiko and Angie 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. After I left Gonta's lab, I ran into Kirumi. I'm pretty sure Kirumi stayed at the gym 5 minutes till 9 o'clock.
This information could have been told to us beforehand.
Sorry, forgot. I definitely didn't keep it a secret to make the trial more interesting.
Forgot? It seems far more plausible that you were telling another lie.
Unlike robots, we meatbags can't pull out our memories from our hard drive.
Was that supposed to offend me? Your irrationality fills me with pity.
If I am the culprit, that would mean I killed Ryoma within 5 minutes, transported him to the gym, and hid him in the piranha tank. This seems highly unlikely.
If you called Ryoma out to the gym and killed him there, you wouldn't need to move him. All you would have to do is hide him in the piranha tank.
Gonta was in the midst of heading to the gym to capture Angie. Are you claiming I took advantage of that and called Ryoma for a rendezvous at the gym?
That'd be pretty difficult. We should probably look at other possibilities.
Maybe someone snuck into the gym while Kirumi and I were busy talking.
The only ones capable of that are the other three with no alibis.
Mew, Kaito, and Maki! Ah, you're including me too?
But there's actually one person we can rule out of the suspects list.
Right? There's one person who's totally not suspicious. Say who it is already.
Person to be eliminated as a suspect, according to Kokichi. He must be talking about the figure he saw. They certainly would have an alibi. The figure. We need to pin down who that was. The key to that fact lies in Kokichi, Gunta, and Miu's statements. According to what we know, that figure Kokichi saw must be the person who can be eliminated as a suspect. Who is it?
Mew.
That's it! Kokichi, you're talking about Mew, right?
What? Mew?
Yeah, you can take her off the list. She actually has an alibi.
Booyah! Suck it, nerds!
Wait a sec. Since when does she have an alibi?
If you compare everyone's statements, there's no other possibility.
Oh yeah, I did see something odd while Kurumi was lecturing. Something odd? I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. It was too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit.
A girl walking around half naked?
Who else could it be but the horny exhibitionist Mew?
We can't just jump to conclusions like that. He just saw a shadow, right? That could have been anyone walking around in women's underwear, even me.
That'd be a whole different issue.
No, it's Mew, without a doubt. Mew and Gonta's statements prove it.
Oh, going to see Mew, but Gonta's face get red hot, so Gonta no could bring her.
Your face got hot? You mean you were hot on her trail, right?
No, she used, what'd she call it? Secret woman weapon? And then... well... I had to use my secret woman weapon. And let's just leave it at that.
I see. It sounds like Gonta got an eyeful,
What? Why the heck were you in your underwear, Mew?
Well, 'cause, you know, I'm pretty stacked, so... I figured I'd take my clothes off so Gonta would be too flustered to touch me.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it, you cockroaches! Anyway, I think the blood rushed to both of Gonta's heads because he got super embarrassed.
Mew was in her underwear, and Gonta got weird feeling. So Gonta ran away.
Well, when you got the body of a goddess, it's only natural to want to flaunt it. I show my panties to the boys all the time. And I mean all the time. So you're welcome, Gonta. Think of me during your next tug session.
Most of that was unintelligible nonsense, but it would seem that Mew has an actual alibi.
Yep, it took a while, but at least we got everyone's alibis cleared up. We should remember all of this in case we need to recall these events again.
Alibis for yesterday have been recorded in the monopad.
That leaves Kaito and Maki as the only ones with no
Honestly,
alibis.
Maki, it does make sense, and I talked to Maya about this earlier. But Kaito, it is possible that he did it, and that would be, like, understandable. Maki, I mean, she kind of seems interested in her own stuff, but she was, like, by herself the whole time, so that it is possible, I think. But for Mew, like, we know nothing about why she was just suddenly naked. Like, she could have taken her clothes off, sure, just to, like, get Gonta away from her. But I really think that Mew is just, like, had to take her clothes off because she had no change of clothes because it got wet somehow.
I see.
Just a guess. I don't know.
Then one of them must be the culprit. But which one, I wonder? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the culprit by its...
Hold up! Don't decide just yet!
Two prime suspects, Kaito and Maki. But something inside me doesn't want to accuse Kaito. I want to believe Kaito. Until he's proven guilty, I will trust him.
Maybe we should determine the sequence of events. The culprit
No, we should do something more fun. And I have the perfect idea.
What?
We narrowed it down to 2 people, and one of those 2 is the culprit, right? Since we don't have to randomly accuse each other, finding the truth just got much easier. So let's find the truth with a more effective method.
And what is this effective method?
If one of them is the culprit, then the innocent one should know who the guilty one is, yeah? Because if you know you're not the culprit, then you can just accuse the other person.
Yes, that is true.
Which means there is one person among us who definitely knows who the culprit is. To that someone who knows, do your best to convince us. Work harder.
Work harder?
Have the 2 argue for their innocence. That's how we'll decide our culprit.
Even if we did that, wouldn't they just pass the blame back and forth?
And...
Huh?
You guys talk about cooperation and teamwork, but you're all afraid. You're too scared to point your fingers at others, so you hide behind the word trust. How do you expect to find the culprit when you're all worried about each other's feelings? If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically. Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit! If we want to find the liar, I suggest that the two suspects argue against each other. No more pointless deductions. All we need is for them to fight for their lives. So let's host an argument that's totally not boring but super fun! We'll catch the culprit in their lies when we find a contradiction. We'll scare the culprit until they screw up! That's how a true class trial works. Right, Monokuma?
A development like that would liven things up a bit.
Yep, I totes agree.
You're agreeing with Monokuma? Just whose side are you on?
I'm on your side. I don't want to die either, you know. That's why we need to take this seriously. A hot debate to smoke out the liar.
And how do you expect us to start this?
If you guys need some help getting started, I can give out the first topic. Our first topic is this! Ta-da!
The Cubs pad?
Not just any Cubs pad, but the one given to our latest victim, Ryoma. When we started investigating, I went straight to his room to borrow it.
Oh, that's why I wasn't there. He took it.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't the culprit who took the video from his room. It was you.
And the reason why I brought it out just for this occasion is because one of these two had Ryoma's motive video. Dun dun dun!
One of these two had it?
And for us to figure that out, we need to know who this motive video belongs to. Take a guess, everyone! Whose motive video did Ryoma have?
The motive video that Ryoma had. Is it Kaito's or Maki's? Well, it's obviously not Kaito's because we had it.
Right. So it was Maki's.
I should know the answer. The motive video that Ryoma had. Was it Kaito's or Maki's?
Maki.
That's it! It was Maki's motive video, right?
Wow, how did you ever guess? Ooh, I know! It's because the motive video that you have belongs to Kaito. Process of elimination wins again. The obvious answer was Maki, right?
Is that true, Shuichi?
Yes, you're right.
And what about that? Just because Ryoma had my motive video, that doesn't make me the culprit.
Finally, you said something! This is how a debate should be. I only brought up the motive video to make you talk.
Excuse me?
Okay, now that we got the party rolling, let's get you and Kaito ready to argue. Remember, if you're not the culprit, then that means the other one is. Got that? Let's start this extreme death debate. Tear up the other's lies, rip each other apart.
Wait just a minute. What are you trying to...
Quit screwing around! We don't need to debate who's a culprit! I'm not the culprit! That's for sure.
Which means...
Kaito, wait! Maybe Kokichi is wrong. Maybe he...
Maki isn't the culprit either!
Huh?
What?
She's like, what?
Huh? Really? You're saying neither of you are the culprit? Then what would be the point of this whole debate?
Who cares about that? All I know is that neither me or Maki are the culprit. It's just a hunch I've got.
A hunch? Are you being serious? You do know all our lives are on the line here, right? And you're betting our lives on just a hunch?
You don't get it. This isn't just any hunch. This is an official hunch from the Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars.
What?
How illogical. This is even more difficult to comprehend than Kokichi's antics.
You're totally not serious. You can't be that stupid, right?
No, he might actually be that stupid. Damn idiot!
Wow.
Atua damned idiot!
Hey, don't call me an idiot! Anyway, me and Maki aren't the culprit. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
I believe in Maki.
You what?
You believe in her? But based on what?
Huh? I don't gotta base it on anything. No matter where the clues point. In the end, the only thing that matters is what I believe, right?
Yeah, but
Whether
what
I
matters
believe
here
or
is
not.
evidence.
Whether I want to believe or not. That's the only thing that matters.
So, you do
wow.
not have any evidence.
Only baseless conjecture.
Yep.
But I totally get where he's coming from. Because I want to believe in Himiko, too.
Want to believe, huh? Yeah, I think I understand that.
Wanting to believe in someone is a beautiful act, yes. However, it is a sentiment that has no place in a class trial.
He's an idiot after all.
It's okay to be idiot, as long as you believe in people.
Oh, good.
Guys, I said don't call me an idiot. Really hurts my feelings.
It's true. That's not what a class trial is about. You're supposed to think logically. You can't let your feelings into it. It's absurdity. Total absurdity. But then again, that absurdity saved me before, right? Why? Why do you trust me, Kaito? There's a chance that I'm the culprit. I believe in you because I want to. Do I need a reason other than that? What? Isn't that why you believed in Kaede? I mean, sure, I might get betrayed in the end, but if I worry about that, I won't be able to believe in the people I want to believe in. If I can trust my logic, maybe I should trust Kaito's feelings too. Yeah, it'll work out in the end, so...
I'll believe in Maki as well.
What?
That's our Kaido, right? Making us think with our hearts.
You too? How could the ultimate detective believe in someone without proof?
But there's no proof linking Maki or Kaito to this crime either. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. For now, they are innocent.
Right on, Shuichi. I knew I picked a good sidekick.
And by the way, I might be the ultimate detective, but I'm in training. I told you that, didn't I? I'm just an apprentice, not a real detective.
How do you plan to get closer to the truth without suspecting either of them? Unless you have evidence to the contrary, these two will remain suspects.
So I just have to turn it around, right?
Huh?
It's not like I owe that idiot a favor or anything just because he defended me. But that hopeless idiot may have encouraged me a bit.
Seriously, enough's enough! Stop calling me an idiot!
What are you trying to say, Maki?
I didn't want to say anything, but I can't stay silent forever. So I'll tell you.
Oh? Tell us what?
I met up with Ryoma during nighttime yesterday.
What?
With Ryoma? At nighttime?
So Ryoma was still alive at nighttime?
I thought the crime took place between 8
As
and 10 o'clock
I
at night.
fucking suspected. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it told us it was wrong.
Yep.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
But that's wrong, because I met up with Ryoma during nighttime.
If that's true, then we have no basis for suspecting only Kaito and Maki.
That's right. Everyone suspected them, because they have alibis for those times.
That means me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
Quit fucking around! You think I'm dumb enough to swallow that line of crap?
Yes, this seems too convenient.
But why did Maki wait until now to mention that?
It's totally obvious! Maki's so desperate that she has to lie.
Was that a lie? Did Maki lie to us? It's
No.
true, we don't have all the facts. But why would Maki say that now, of all the times?
She definitely didn't like.
If I trust her innocence, I should believe her statement. But should I? Okay, the intermission.
I don't think it literally makes no sense for her to lie in this moment.
Right.
Especially being who she is.
Yeah, it only hurts.
And how she's acted thus far.
Right. It's the fact that she's bringing it up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now then.
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
The hell you say?
Wait a second. What result? Voting time hasn't happened yet. Yes, it has.
Yes,
Don't
it has. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I almost thought it was him too. Yes, it has. Don't you remember Monosuke? No, it hasn't. You're the one who doesn't remember Monotaro.
Uh-oh.
Aw, man, you're right. Silly me. I'm so forgetful.
Wow. I didn't expect you all to get so worked up over such a small lie. You kids really are gullible, huh?
Now then.
Well, anyway, let's just skip this trial and jump ahead to chapter 3.
The hell you say?
But wait a second. We don't know the culprit yet. Yeah, who killed Rentaro? That was chapter 1's case. How can you be this forgetful? They're not following the plot at all.
No, they're not.
Another shocking truth revealed.
Back to square one.
Square one? If square one, they wouldn't have got eaten by the competition.
After that terrible movie, they had no other choice.
Wow! What does that mean?
It means he doesn't want to get involved in another pointless argument. Like this one.
What in the world are we even
We shouldn't
yapping
listen to
about?
anything Maki says. She's just gonna throw out more lies.
But if we don't ask her for more details, how will we know for sure?
I told you already, we don't need to. I hate liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Aw, isn't that ironic?
You're one to talk.
Just ignore that lying little degenerate. We'll listen to what you have to say.
It must have been a little after midnight last night. He visited me at my research lab. He wanted me to show him the motive video that I received.
Motive video?
If Ryoma came to ask about that, does that mean you had his motive video?
As I recall, Ryoma had Maki's motive video, correct? Does this mean you and Ryoma received one another's motive video?
Maybe. I actually didn't check the one I got, so I wouldn't know.
Maki admitted earlier that she hadn't checked her Cubs pad.
Then why did Ryoma think that Maki had his motive video?
If he went around asking at random, he might have asked some people besides Maki.
He never asked me. He probably never asked you guys either, right?
Then, who was it that told Ryoma about his Cubs pad?
Who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video? It would have to be someone who knew who had each pad. Who would know that? Well, there was somebody who broke into every single room.
Yeah, Kokichi.
That's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, same here.
It's you!
Yeah, you bitch.
That would be
Fuck you.
Kokichi.
I hate Kokichi.
No way. Beloved. Cubs pads. Gotta catch them all. I even got the pads belonging to the people who aren't here.
Nice sarcasm.
Now everyone can watch their motive video.
So, you saw the motive videos. Did you tell Ryoma that Maki had his?
When males get this quiet, they're either caught in a lie or thinking dirty thoughts.
What happened then, Maki? After Ryoma asked you for his motive video?
I told Ryoma just to take it from my room. I keep my room unlocked.
Wow, Maki, that's super careless. Aren't you scared someone might kill you in your sleep?
And then what happened?
I don't know what happened after that. I'm not even sure if he saw his motive video. When he asked me, he said that he would show me my motive video in return. But I wasn't interested, so I declined. And that's pretty much it.
So you don't even know if Ryoma saw his motive video? What a bunch of crap.
If Maki met with Ryoma at nighttime, that proves he was still alive then. Which means, even though we don't have alibis from 8 to 10, Maki and me aren't suspects.
If that story is true.
It's true.
Then why did you wait until now to bring that up?
I didn't say anything until now because I wasn't in the mood to be suspected.
Suspected? What for?
Kirumi said it earlier. It seems that Ryoma and I had each other's motive videos. That's pretty fishy, right? So I didn't want to mention it to avoid suspicion.
You didn't say anything because you weren't in the mood?
It is quite
honestly
selfish
understandable.
to keep this information hidden because you were not in the mood.
Well, whatever. Either way, let's just believe Maki.
Yes, yes! Those who believe shall be saved!
I think
No, we
the
need to
fact
wait.
that she said
There is still
something
more to
too
confirm.
Say it again.
about that, I said the fact that she said something about that anyway just proves that rousing suspicion to herself, like, on purpose. Like, yeah. It proves that
If
she's
she was
not,
trying to
like-
hide, then hide everything she did. She wouldn't tell us this. Yeah. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well then, why don't we ask Kokichi?
Huh? What now?
You never answered my question. Were you the one who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video?
Is that really important?
Yes, it is important. Because if Kokichi told Ryoma, it becomes more likely that Ryoma visited Maki during nighttime. I see. Kokichi's response may help corroborate Maki's testimony. Now you understand why I don't want your charade. I want the truth.
Well, Kokichi, did you tell Ryoma?
You said it earlier. I don't want to die, right? If you really don't want to die, then you better tell us the truth.
Here comes the dramatic turnabout. Now I'm the one pressured by Maki. Okay, it's true. I told Ryoma.
Just as I thought.
But that's not a bad thing, right? He wanted to know, so I told him.
Have you seen everyone's motive video?
No, not yet. I was gonna wait until we hosted like a movie screening party. I just checked who had whose so I could give them back to everyone after.
Hold on.
I see.
What?
I mean, so if that's the case, then Ryoma probably saw him holding everyone's like motive video. But if that's the case, Ryoma going to Maki and like asking if they wanted to see each other's videos because, you know, they had separate ones. They had each other's, I mean. How does that make any sense? How would Ryoma know that Kokichi had knowledge of whose videos who people had? Because Maki never talked to anyone.
Right, so it must have been after all of that stuff happened that night. And then Kokichi saw Ryoma again, and he didn't mention it until now, even though everybody was asking who last saw him and stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, Kokichi's hella suspicious.
Anyway, if Kokichi told Ryoma that, then he must have gone to see Maki. That means Maki's telling the truth. Ryoma was alive during nighttime.
No, we cannot be too sure about that yet. Even if Ryoma and Maki did meet, it does not mean it was during nighttime yesterday.
So you still suspect me?
I am saying it could still be a possibility. If there is still a small chance of you being the culprit, then I cannot trust you entirely. Because everyone's lives are at stake.
Then which is it? A lie or not lie?
She's not lying. Can't you tell just by looking at her?
If it was that easy, we'd be done by now. No, this is a world of lies and betrayal.
Himiko! It breaks my heart to hear you say depressing things!
I find Maki's testimony suspicious. It's far too convenient for her.
This is difficult to determine.
Maki is lying. Like I said before, a liar like me knows their own kind.
I'm not lying. I did meet up with Ryoma during nighttime. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, she definitely is.
Is it a lie or the truth? This is the turning point. This will change the fate of this case. And I said I would believe in Kaido, and that means believing in Maki. And that means I have to do it. I need us all on the same page. I have to change where this argument is going, just like Kaede did. What could he mean by that?
I'm not sure.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
Fucking
crap!
I agree. I don't believe it.
At night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
Can't say the two of them met now. That's too obvious a lie. So if I can convince them that Maki met up with someone.
I met with Ryoma
Can we
the
have,
previous night.
can we look at the truth bullets real quick?
What a load of crap!
Yeah, we have Maki alone. Maki was standing guard in front of her lab last night. She stayed in her dorm room only during nighttime. We have alibis for yesterday, which we have determined that... Alright, scroll again. Oh, this.
There's also one of 3.
I think that's the pictures.
Oh.
So 8 o'clock, all these people have an alibi. At 8:55, all these people have an alibi. And at 9 to 11, all these people have alibi. I don't know if that helps at all.
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
See, the two of them met now. That's too obvious a lie. So if I can convince them that Maki met up with someone.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maybe Gunta's account? What's Gunta's account again?
Let's check Gunta's account. Oh, that's their magic show. That has nothing to do with anything.
Okay.
There was another one. I don't remember what it was.
Maki only see Ryoma.
Oh, the insect meet and greet. What does that entail? What does that tell us? I don't know where it is. It's here somewhere. Up here. Oh, is this also the same thing as the alibi? So this is just the same thing as the alibi? I guess it's just the alibi with less information.
At night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Well, what I do know, Kokichi's even more suspicious, because... Can you pause it for a second?
Yeah.
Like, did he say that he met up with Ryoma at, like, evening, afternoon?
I don't know if he specified, but he must have seen him before he was dead, but after he had done all the other stuff, which didn't end until 11, so it must have been during nighttime he saw Ryoma and told him this stuff. And then Ryoma went to Maki, and then he shows up dead.
Then he would have had to, like, have information on the fact that he was alive at nighttime, just not say anything to anyone. Which he has done a lot in the past.
So keep in mind, we have the power of lying, so we can just, like, say the opposite of one of these things, by the way. So we could just be like, Maki was not alone.
Yeah, you could just do that.
I don't know which one to shoot it at. Should I shoot it at the blue one that came first or the other one?
Maybe the blue one? Yeah.
Of course,
Oh,
you got
God.
locked.
Surely they would have come forward already.
God fucking damn.
It's okay, we can shoot the second
No one
thing.
can prove that this place. Then there is
I
no
gotta shoot
reason
the
to
pink
believe your
text first,
testimony.
because it's just gonna keep getting in the way.
Yeah.
Because it will just pop up when you least
I met
suspect
with
it.
Ryoma the previous.
I fucking hate Kokichi, by the way.
What'd you say?
Maki only see
I said I
Ryoma at
fucking
night?
hate Kokichi, by the way.
Yeah.
He's such an
Did anyone
asshole.
see those two together?
Yeah, that did not work.
Uh-oh.
Now to reveal that you saw Ryoma. There's no reason to keep that information to yourself unless you're lying, that is.
I was wrong!
I made a mistake. I need to think it over again.
I met with Ryoma.
Hey, don't shoot that one.
Sounds
Shoot the
so
second one.
sad.
So sad. It's fragile self-esteem, though.
Surely they would have come
Yeah.
forward.
No one can prove that.
Time to lie.
Perjury.
Yep.
I might not be able to prove they met, but I can prove Maki wasn't alone.
Oh, please explain.
Well, Kaito and I train together every night. And yesterday, because of the insect meet and greet, we started late. Huh? Ah, Kaito, don't worry. You don't have to say anything. Anyway, we were doing some frog squats on the school stairs when we heard two people talking.
People talking?
We knew one of them was Maki, but we couldn't pick out the other one. But now that I think about it, it must have been Ryoma.
What?
Yeah, maybe. That was probably around midnight.
We will save the Maki.
Get saved.
Wait a minute! If you heard their voices, then that means...
So Ryoma and Maki did meet up.
No, hold up! Why'd you sit on that info for so long?
Because until just now, I didn't think it was relevant. I had no reason to bring it up.
Now. We don't know if Maki was really talking to Ryoma, right?
That is true. If I knew for certain, I would have said so sooner. But considering the circumstances, I can't imagine it being anyone but Ryoma. None of us were talking to Maki last night, correct? So it must have been him.
And nobody say you suddenly remember talking to Maki. It's way too late for that.
Like we just did.
Yeah.
And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time? If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked. We are still part of a killing game after all.
Whoa, chill out. Why the scary face? That was my bad, but it's not really manly to eavesdrop, you know? I wouldn't do something so uncool.
Anyway, I know that we heard those voices. Maki is not lying.
Then Gonta will believe friends.
So he'll believe
Thank
us.
you.
Gonna believe him? Just like that? But Shuichi has no reason to lie.
Yes. If his lie leads us to the wrong culprit, he will join us in eternal sleep. Unless he wishes for death, we should be able to believe him.
That's right. You can believe me.
I never lied.
Yeah, you're right.
I never.
I'll believe him too. Belief shall set you free.
Well, you know.
I'd be so surprised if Shuichi was a liar. Especially after we believed him for so long.
Well, that's the thing, you know? The best liars always get away with it. You never know they lie.
We wouldn't be able to trust anyone anymore. Well, it's not like he's lying anyway.
All right, that proves it then. Ryoma was still alive during nighttime. In other words, me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
But I guess that means everyone's alibis no longer matter, yes?
So, everyone is culprit again?
So, we're right back where we started. What a pain.
However, it should be clear now that the crime occurred after nighttime began.
But then when was Ryoma's body placed inside the piranha tank?
Well, the gym is locked at nighttime, so it must have been the next morning, but...
That's not possible. Himiko and I were at the gym, remember?
So did we fuck up by thinking the body got stuffed into the piranha tank?
I don't think so. We have evidence to prove that's what happened.
Then when did the culprit throw the body into the piranha tank?
Did Ryoma's body get placed in the piranha tank? Maki was with Ryoma around midnight, so it couldn't have been before nighttime. And if it couldn't have been the morning after, that leaves...
The only time they could have done it was during nighttime, huh?
Did you forget the gym's not open at nighttime, dick cheese?
Dick cheese?
But that's the only possibility, because by morning we were already at the gym.
It may be possible they slipped by without you noticing.
Right, because there was a
No one can
curtain
slip
there.
By me. I'm known far and wide as the snoozing sorceress.
You're full of shit, is what you are.
Guard.
Are you positive that you did not see it? You cannot enter the gym at nighttime.
Himiko would have seen it. She might strike out, but she always keeps her eye on the ball.
I don't even play baseball.
But we can't disobey school rules, right? The body was probably moved in the morning.
Calm down, everyone! Gonta sure if we discuss disagreement.
I see through your arguments. Disagreement? What? A disagreement? You mean you're split down the middle again? Then the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Yippee! We've been waiting for this!
Jeez, we gotta do that whole crazy thing again?
Seems like our opinions are split on this matter. But if we focus on the evidence, the facts will become clear. All you have to... Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead and finish first.
All I have to do is show them and make them accept it. What?
Okay, can you pause the recording real quick?
Okay. Okay, welcome back. Ready to continue?
Yes.
If I can't get them to see the truth now, my lie would have been for nothing. I won't fail. Time for everyone's favorite part. Split opinion.
And what might this be? Oh, it's this.
Yeah.
I see. This part is pretty cool.
It's hype.
Even the dead podiums are getting...
Yeah. They're not here at this part, so well, maybe they are, I don't know.
So it seems.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others, before the announcement.
Is it not possible you simply missed?
Himiko!
We were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed them.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Kaito!
That this one?
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
Right.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
This one I'm not sure about. This one I don't know.
Okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too.
I don't think that's the right one.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
Maki! Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself.
But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
I got this!
What the? I wanted the other.
You might be able to reach the tank from the
It's
window
fine, we have
above
to do
the
it again
stage.
anyway, so.
Right.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
We aren't consistent, our precision looks weak. We have to work together. Ryoma's body was put in the tank at night. You have to defend that point.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning?
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others, before the announcement.
Is it not?
Himiko!
We were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed them.
Remember, the rules state...
Kaito!
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
I got this! You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
But pool next to gym.
Lucky!
Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself.
But should we try?
Tenko!
It's okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too.
Yep. Nash. You got this. Oh, I just
I did it.
It's true that you cannot enter the gym at nighttime, but a corpse could. I am positive that the window was how the culprit moved the body.
That window's higher than the piranha tank, and it's pretty close by. The curtains might have been closed, but the window was open the whole investigation.
That means it was certainly possible to put the body in the piranha tank from the window.
However, I'm also positive the pane dividing the piranha tank was set up beforehand.
That certainly couldn't be tossed in. It would need to be placed carefully.
Even if the culprit were to throw the body from outside the window.
Thought of something?
Yeah, it just makes more sense that it would be Miu, because if she can create like a contraption, like long arms or something.
The long arms.
And just
the
like
big
create,
metal
like,
arms.
move them. Oh my god, she's Doc Ock. That's pretty close, actually. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
The window is far too high. It cannot be reached from the floor.
Ryoma was small. Gonta could have chucked him easy.
Yes, but Gonta wouldn't do that. Gentlemen not chuck dead bodies.
Being a gentleman has nothing to do with it.
I know! They used the ladder in the gym! You tested it out while you were investigating, Shuichi. That ladder reached the window, right?
Well, on top of stage, not the
So
ground.
the culprit just needed to put the body through the window to pull it off, right?
No, I don't think that method is possible because
The stage wasn't there at the time.
there was no time to move it. The ladder can't be. The ladder doesn't reach the window because it needs to have the stage.
That's it!
They try to trick you and just not word it clearly.
The only reason the ladder reached the window was because it was on the stage. If you used the ladder on the pool side, it would not quite make it. The ladder could barely reach the window when it was on the stage. And there is nothing on the pool side of the gym as tall as the stage. Finally, the ladder was found in the gym, correct? If the culprit used the ladder on the pool side, we wouldn't have found it in the gym.
And they couldn't have thrown the ladder back through the window because it's too heavy. Then Gonta used his hard strength to throw the ladder or the body or something.
Stop
Gentlemen not
saying
throw dead bodies. Or ladders.
The body could not have been thrown into the piranha tank to begin with. It would need to be placed carefully to prevent the glass pane from shifting.
Got it, Musclehead? Even if we injected tons of steroids into you, it'd be impossible.
Sorry, you're right.
You didn't need to apologize, Gonta.
How the culprit moved the body from the window. Ha! You guys don't even know that? What a bunch of dimwits.
Do you have the answer then?
But of course. Tell him, Shuichi. Blow him all away with the truth.
What the?
I actually don't know that yet.
What?
The culprit definitely moved the body through the window, but I don't know how.
Seriously?
Serves you right. You just made a fool out of yourself after acting all high and mighty. Dudes just need to shut up and take their licks.
What are we gonna do, Shuichi? We gotta figure this out or we're done for. Hey, you gotta do something, Shuichi!
I know. I have to do something, but...
I don't know what to do. I haven't figured that out yet. Damn it. Am I really not good enough? Am I? Am I no good as detective? I can't do this. I can't...
I don't think it really matters how the body got into the piranha tank.
What?
Gonta thinks it matter. We won't know culprit's trick unless we figure out...
We're getting sidetracked. It doesn't matter how it was done, just who did it. We shouldn't focus on where we found the body. Instead, we need to focus on where he was killed.
Where he was killed?
Wouldn't it be more efficient if we focused on the murder scene instead?
Yes, that's it. We were so caught
I'm
up in
fairly
where the
certain I
body
know
was
how.
found.
Where he was killed.
Oh, yes.
Like, how and where? So, it is possible, more than likely, because there wasn't a lot of any signs of struggle in the pool area whatsoever. And you're not supposed to be in the pool at nighttime.
Right.
So
now
we
that
know
we know
this
it
happened
murder
at nighttime?
At nighttime, yes.
Yeah.
So there's no way anybody alive was in that pool.
Right, meaning so Ryoma was killed in his bathroom, in his laboratory.
And the big sink there.
Yeah, and there was a lot of, signs of struggle, like scratches on the sink. He's drowned in the sink.
When we should have been thinking about where the murder occurred.
The murder scene would definitely have more clues about the culprit. Why didn't anyone realize this yet? That's strange.
Perhaps the culprit steered the conversation away from that topic.
Then, culprit is someone in this room!
Yes. That's important to remember. It's not as if everyone here wants us to find the truth. One of us is trying to sabotage this trial.
Well then, let's discuss the crime scene to figure out who the culprit is.
That's not a bad idea for a robot. The last time I heard such a good idea was when Nino told me to move in with her under the bridge to get out of the cold.
Himikawa under the bridge?
That's a reference I don't understand. Anyway.
I don't get it either.
Himiko. I don't know. We can determine where this all started. We can determine how it ended. Yes, it's much too soon to quit. The trial has only just begun.
Thank you, Maki. That was a helpful insight.
I can't believe you didn't notice that. I guess that's why you're still an apprentice.
Damn.
Non-stop debate time.
First, let's establish the crime scene.
I think pool rooms
Was
is
it in the
probably...
dorm room? Ryoma was relaxing in his room when he got attacked.
Maybe.
But the cause of death was drowning. There is nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
That's
Yeah,
not
there
true.
is
Doesn't
actually.
he?
Drown in toilet? Impossible!
The sink
Consider
does.
places where water is stored.
The only place that fits is the pool.
And shoot that because it's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong!
Actually...
The pool could not have been the scene of the murder. Ryoma was killed at nighttime. No swimming is allowed at nighttime, so a living person could not have gone in.
Yep, a dead body is fine because it's just an object. But if a living person entered the pool, I think I might cry.
Cry as loud as you want. I'll cry with you. We can spend the night together crying. And the morning after, I'll write goodbye on your mirror in lipstick before I quietly leave.
Only after you leave do I realize how much you really mean to me.
Quit being so gloomy. This is the year of the Jets. Fuck the Patriots.
My God.
Anyway, we can conclude it's impossible for him to have drowned in the pool.
That one was funny.
I know nothing about
I don't know
sport.
why, but it was funny to me.
It was a sports joke. I don't watch sports, but yeah.
Where was Ryoma killed if not pool? Is there other place where water can be stored?
Where was Ryoma killed? I know there's some kind of clue. I need to find it. It seems to have been taken out of the... Is that the one that tells us where it was? Scratch sink, perhaps?
Yeah, sink.
This is it!
There we go. I found the sink. It was there.
The sink in Ryoma's lab. There were distinct scratch marks on it.
Scratch marks on the sink?
And I believe those scratches were caused by...
The handcuffs.
Yeah.
Are also scratched.
This is it!
Yeah, real bad.
The handcuffs. They were scratched as well, correct?
Oh yeah, sort of looked like they'd been scraped against something.
There's also the fact that the handcuffs were from Ryoma's lab. The marks on the sink came from the handcuffs in the same room. The size and shape of the scratches are consistent with the handcuffs, I'm sure.
How did those handcuffs get from the lab to the water tank?
Because Ryoma was wearing them, right?
Yes, though they were only visible for a brief moment when Ryoma appeared in the tank. I am certain he was wearing the handcuffs at the time.
The handcuffs were left after the piranhas devoured Ryoma.
So the culprit handcuffed Ryoma and drowned him in his lab's sink.
Ryoma must have been pretty yummy. They chomped up his entire body. Arms, legs, brain.
Saying disgusting things. I don't want to hear it.
That crunchy texture with the fatty parts just right. Then when they bite down, it gushes.
Stop! Please stop!
But how did culprit handcuff Ryoma? He could have used Shikuchi method to get away, unless someone ambushed him?
It's possible they knocked him out before handcuffing him. Though there's no way we can be sure, now that he's not but bones.
Well, that wouldn't be the case. I mean, I guess it could be theoretically, but I mean, I would imagine you knock someone out, you put them in the sink and try to drown them, they're just gonna drown. They wouldn't struggle.
Right, there were scratch marks. Unless, like,
yeah.
It was just his hand scratching against it as you were drowning him. But again, he wouldn't be struggling, so I don't know.
I doubt he was ambushed. I'm pretty sure the culprit got Ryoma by... whoops. Don't pay attention to little old me. I'm just talking to myself.
When you talk to yourself, pretend you're eating and chew with your mouth closed.
Interesting.
Otherwise, you'll get a mouthful of peanut butter squid. It's so disgusting you'll laugh.
So we all agree Ryoma was drowned in the sink in his lab, right?
What was she saying?
I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
That sink could have held enough water to do it for sure.
All right, I'm calling it. The crime scene is Ryoma's fucking research lab.
But how did the culprit carry his body to the gym from there? Isn't Ryoma's lab on the 3rd floor of the academy?
It's actually not far at all. Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
Yeah. Which shortcut between Ryoma's lab and the gym did the culprit use? The window.
Yep.
There! The shortcut is the window in Ryoma's lab.
The window?
That's right. None of the windows in this school open. Except the one in Ryoma's lab.
And the gym window, since, yeah, but...
And on top of that, the window faced the pool. You could see the gym straight across.
Do you think
culprit dropped Ryoma's body into the pool area from the lab window? Then they could have thrown the body into the piranha tank through the gym window. How's that? Mission complete!
Your explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier. The gym window was too high to reach from the poolside, even if one used the ladder.
That's right! I apologize! I must go on a journey to reflect on this!
We keep hitting dead ends, since we don't know how the body was thrown into the gym.
Well, that didn't really give us any info about the crime.
Not necessarily. We learned a lot of important information. Now that I'm sure the scene of the crime was Ryoma's lab, the case is becoming clearer. To determine how the body got from the crime scene to where it was found, I have to figure out how to get from the 3rd floor window to the gym. Alright then, I have to analyze the possible methods and find the most likely. We have to deduce how things are connected. Psych Taxi will start up. Oh my goodness.
Psych Taxi. Oh, that looks cool.
This is the new version of the one where you were riding the skateboard thing. Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
This is the new version of the thing where you ride the skateboard, you know, that logic dive thing. This is the new version of that.
Uh-huh.
You have to deduce how things are connected. Psych Taxi will start up. The objective of this mode is to gather the letter cubes lying around to form the question. Hold the left click to accelerate and use the A and D keys to steer left and right. By picking up letter cubes floating around, you can complete the question. Once you've completed the question, you head toward the escort that has the correct answer. If it's the right answer, they'll get in your car. If it's the wrong answer, something bad happens. Also, there will be other cars on the road. If you hit those, you will take focus energy damage. It's getting dangerous. Use spacebar to concentrate, stay calm, and avoid them. Please drive safely. Enjoy the ride. Please respond at your earliest convenience. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Drive car.
Oh my goodness.
The body was brought from where?
Brought.
Assume it's body. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now let's see what the question is gonna be.
Thinking time.
The lab window or the lab door? The window. It went out the window, right?
Yeah, the window. They dropped it down from the window. This is so silly.
Next question. It is a little silly, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I like it.
What? From what? Probably the body was something. Body was brought to the gym from where?
Also from the window.
Yeah, or from the research lab, whichever it asks.
Yeah.
The gym window, yeah, we went from one window to the other window.
Yep. Now we have a group.
Yeah. I don't know why it's just Shuichi picking up women in a taxi.
I don't know. He's ready for a girls' night out. With a special guest star, Shuichi.
Yeah. Watch out for the other car. I haven't used slow motion at all.
How was it moved from the classroom window to the gym window?
Yeah. Monokuma. What happens if I hit
Oh
Monokuma?
my gosh.
Should have
That'd
hit
be funny to
Monokuma.
see.
So it moved from the classroom window to the gym window.
Thinking time.
Let's see where we're from window to window or via the
From window to window.
Okay. Window to gym window from window to window. Again, a really long
Window,
mini
window,
game
window.
for something that could have been done in seconds, but we'll accept it.
I've got it!
Right.
Ryoma's body was moved directly from his lab to the gym.
Directly? Don't tell me they threw the body from window to window. I mean, we're talking about a body. It's not like tossing a baseball, you know.
Yeah, tossing a baseball. You can fit those in small areas.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe he was thrown. But perhaps another way.
What do you mean another way? There's no other way to move it.
The culprit must have used some kind of equipment.
Huh? Equipment?
With this equipment, they can connect the two windows and move the body to the gym.
Equipment to connect the windows. I believe was found near the body. Rope.
Rope. Yeah.
There! The rope found behind the gym stage could have been used to connect the windows.
Oh, there was a mysterious mystery about that rope that only Atua can reveal.
What mysterious mystery?
During last night's preparations for the show, that rope was in the wing of the stage. But the next morning, the rope had been moved backstage for some reason. It's a mysterious mystery. Only Atua knows the answer.
So, during nighttime, someone used the rope, then threw it into the gym window?
So they did use the rope. That's how they bridged the distance between both windows.
Is the rope long enough to reach both windows?
The rope is roughly 65 feet in length. As for the distance between the windows,
According to the sign at the pool, the width of the pool is roughly 35 feet. And the distance from the edges of the pool to the windows is an additional 16 feet. Altogether, the sum total length from one window to the other is roughly 50 feet.
And pool is only thing between research lab and gym windows.
You bet it's long enough. That's what she said.
Wait, who said that?
Even if the rope was long enough, wouldn't it be pretty hard to tie them to the windows?
Who's gonna tell
windows
her?
were too high to reach. It would be like tying a rope from one cliff to another.
If the windows were closer together, then they could toss the rope across. But they're not.
No, Gonta think it would work. Just need one more rope.
Another rope. There was only one, though.
Oh, then it impossible. Sorry.
No, I'm
Impossible.
No, I'm sure there was another rope, or at least something that could be used as a rope. It's in here somewhere. The tennis net cable, right?
Yep.
This is it! The tennis net cable from Ryoma's lab could serve as a rope.
How long is it?
About 50 feet or so. But how do they use it?
Okay,
It
so
skipped it a little bit. Anyway.
first, culprit hang rope outside of one window. Then, culprit move to other side and tie cable to other window. Then, after tying to each window, culprit tie rope and cable together. That how culprit make one rope that reach both windows.
Wow! That's amazing, Gonta! You're so knowledgeable.
It's nothing. Gonta use ropes a lot when looking for bugs.
Even if they did connect the windows with a rope, they can't carry a body on just that.
Eureka! I got it! Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. But in my case, it's 100% inspiration!
We get it. Just tell us already.
They handcuffed the body to the rope and slid it from one window to the other, like Tarzan!
The body would reach the gym window, but it wouldn't land in the piranha tank. Stop making such dumbass comments and keep your smelly breath in your dirty mouth.
Tarzan? But they also had to put the body in the piranha tank after they moved it, huh?
Oh, these people are so weird. What the fuck? Anyway.
That is not feasible with just one rope.
Maybe the rope wasn't the only equipment the culprit used.
Not just the rope.
Well, anyway, it would have been pretty difficult to get that body in the piranha tank.
They used the
You
floaty.
wouldn't just throw it.
Yeah.
The trick was a super crucial part of the culprit's plan. The culprit must have carefully placed the body into the tank with their own hands. But is there really a way to do that?
Kokichi, are you hinting at something?
Huh? Hint? What hint? Don't confuse me with your talk of hinting hints.
Confusing me. You're definitely onto something. It's true that the culprit needed to place the body directly into the piranha tank. If the body were to fall, the culprit would not have been able to retrieve it. They would have only had one shot at it, no second chances. So obviously the culprit would have wanted to put the body in the tank carefully, meaning they would have wanted to get as close to the window as possible. The problem is, how did they get near it? All that we know right now is that there was a rope that connected the windows. Somehow the culprit used that to move the body and were close to the window themselves. To make that work, they had to have used something else. But what could that be? What could they have done?
All right, Shuichi. The stage is finally set.
What?
Listen up. Do a good job here, and I'll be able to put an end to this trial. It all starts with you. You be the opening act, and I'll be the main event. And then together, we're gonna save everyone.
Together?
You got this. After all, you are my sidekick. I
I want to
believe in
punch
you,
him in the
so
nose.
I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Yeah.
He's just trying to ensure that he's the one who will take the blame, so we can just follow the truth no matter what. He's trying to cover for us. Yeah.
No, he's just being manipulative.
Okay. Agree to disagree. I think he's too dumb to be manipulative, but maybe he is a mastermind. Who knows?
Well, I mean, you can be manipulative and still be dumb. You just have to be smarter than the other person you're manipulating.
Yeah, I guess you're saying Shuichi is dumb.
Maybe he doesn't get all social cues, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I can do this. I will solve this mystery and show everyone the truth. This is the main event. Something was used with the rope to move the body between the windows. Think, come on, think! Hangman's Gambit, yay. Okay, I remember this being super hard. I'm just gonna choose it, because I don't...
Yeah.
Okay, I can only slow it down. I can't show what stuff is. No, wait, this is how I do it. Give me a second, I need power. I need more power. This is how I do it. Okay.
It's like the salmon game.
Yes, it's just like the salmon game. That's what I had to remember. It's ropeway, by the way.
Ropeway.
I remember not knowing what the answer was, because, like... I mean, yeah,
The fuck is a ropeway?
we will find out, I hope. It will tell you. But I didn't know what it was when I did this, and that's why it was really hard. So I didn't even know what word I was going for.
Yeah, she could use
that's
some more
it.
hints.
The culprit used something like a ropeway to move the body.
A ropeway, huh? Are you sure about that? Wow, you got drain damage or something?
Drain damage.
You'd need some kind of vessel to use on a ropeway, and we don't have that!
Oh, also earlier, whenever I said like Kaito and Shuichi, like you have to be done with the other person, it isn't always stupidity, it's just ignorance.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have specified.
No, there definitely was. The culprit used it to move the body along the rope. Scenes where you have to deduce an image, mind mine, will begin. New minigame. In this mode,
God,
the
Mind
objective is to dig up the answer. At the beginning, the answer will be completely covered by pieces. Use the mouse to move the cursor and left-click to erase the pieces. Pieces will be erased when 2 or more of the same color connect. The adjective pieces, adjacent pieces will then change color in the following order: white, pink, yellow, white. If you do it right, you can remove all the pieces from an object. The trick is to predict how the adjacent pieces will change. I'm not good at this. And you put all the pieces on top of an object are gone. You can select the object as the answer. If you select the wrong object, your influence gauge will take damage. If there's just one piece left, you can repeatedly left-click on it to break it. But that will incur a time penalty, so don't just go clicking like crazy. Might sound complicated, but trust me, you'll get it as you play. Thank you for your understanding. Yeah, see, I'm not good at memorizing this. I'm just gonna hit everything. Anyway, it's this one. It's gotta be this thing, right?
Yeah. Is the pool floaty?
Yeah.
I see it.
Complete.
It's the inner tube. The rubber inner tube we found floating in the pool.
The inner tube?
Remember the inner tube we found in the pool with a rope on one side? Maybe the rope was originally tied on both sides.
Like
the culprit
that.
made a ropeway by hanging the tube from the rope connecting the windows. And because the third floor window is higher up, gravity would have pushed the inner tube along. The inner tube is made of sturdy rubber as well. It could have supported 2 people. The culprit used the ropes and the inner tube to construct a rudimentary ropeway and used it to move themselves and Ryoma's body from the lab to the gym.
Seeing
Once
this,
through
it's
the gym
definitely
window,
new.
The culprit stood on the inner tube to move the body.
I see.
She should be the only one like
Or the culprit placed their
clever
foot on the
enough, I think.
windowsill. That way would be more stable and let them handle the corpse more carefully. Finally, they removed the rope from the window frame and left the scene.
Well, when you put it like that, it certainly sounds possible. But wow, a ropeway!
You say the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. Isn't that against school rules? It would count as entering the gym, would it not?
Last time we got asked that question, we decided it was okay. Sticking your body through the window is an automatic out, but standing on the sill is...
Wait, who asked you last time?
Eh?
It is quite possible that the culprit went to you to confirm the details of their plan.
Oh, shit!
Way to put your foot in your mouth.
Okay, so the die next.
Monosuke just unhinged his jaw and swallowed his entire leg!
Cut it out! I can't write this off as a joke
Ooh.
if you
Ooh,
two keep
I figured
freaking out
something out.
about it.
What have you figured out?
Mono Fanny's voice actress is the same as Sonia.
Yeah, that one I did notice, yes. I just didn't say
I didn't
anything because I was afraid of being wrong, but if you say it too, then it must be right.
It definitely is. I can tell.
Then your little slip-up is actually the truth.
Pops?
Uh-oh. Daddy's mad at you now.
Huh?
Don't look at me. This is what you get for acting like a big shot all the time.
Stop. Do not bully Monosuke.
Huh?
No more blaming each other. Everybody makes mistakes. I want us all to get along.
Monodum's right.
Monosuke, you better thank Monodum. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Man, the trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up? But I guess now we know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
So culprit really used ropeway to move body?
Yeah, they used the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
Ropeway murder? That's some crazy-ass shit! But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
Not necessarily. All one must do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway. Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side. Tossing the rope into the gym from the pool window would be the final step.
I see! The rope was thrown from the window! That's why we found it there!
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
Which is why the crime was committed during nighttime, while we all slumbered.
But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they used to commit the crime, why did they leave the inner tube in the pool?
I believe that was an accident.
An accident?
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally dropped it.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
The reason the culprit left it in the pool is obvious. It was nighttime. So
Yeah, it was nighttime. They couldn't.
That's it!
Yeah.
Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
I see! They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope, the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them.
Ha! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it? Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur!
No, actually. Save for that one mistake. This was the perfect crime.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us. Well, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Shut up. Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough. Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
Respecting the culprit. No, respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial in solving this case. We're so close, we're just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event. But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Yes.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
You already know who the culprit is?
See, manipulative.
Yes, I have a good idea of who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
Do we have a way that would let us know that?
Know what?
Like who the culprit is? Because if it's gonna ask me who it is, I want to look at my notes first. So who could it possibly have been? Are there any hints?
I think just based on pure ingenuity, it would make sense that it was Mew, and also the time period of which she didn't have her clothes on, so it was probably wet.
No. We
drowned
confirmed
him.
that the murder happened after that, so it was way after she was seen without clothes.
Okay.
So the clothes thing would be completely unrelated.
I see.
It's a black piece of fabric, though. That's the only evidence I think that's relevant that we have not used. So what does that black piece of cloth mean? Does it mean that it's from the killer, in which case it would be somebody wearing black?
Yeah.
And who wears black?
Hey, let's look.
Don't think it's Shuichi. I mean, it's hard to tell, but I don't think his cape is black. It's got, like, weird star patterns.
It's purple.
Though. Not Kunta. I mean, in this picture, he's got, like, a big cape thing, but most of his stuff is white, so I don't think it's him. His is all the green. He's a robot, so I'm gonna ignore it. She does have black. I mean, she's technically got black, but I don't think it was her. So why would she frame herself for it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not her. Yeah, it's got a pattern. No black. I mean, I don't think that's black. It's more color, and you don't have anything. So who had black here?
A few people.
Who are those people? I just want to narrow it down. So if it starts asking me who to pick somebody, I can just click the people.
So Himiko has black. Karumi has black.
Okay, are those the only two? Or...
Tsumugi has black as well.
Yeah, it might be
it's more
black.
of the brown, but you know, you could.
We can't see the sprite pictures. We just get this fancy art, which is different coloring sometimes.
Right.
But we'll see it when we're selecting them if it's black or not. So that's 3 that we narrowed it down to. If it forces us to choose.
Let's look at Mew. We haven't looked at Mew.
Yeah, Mew. The outfit does
Cannot
not
be
look very
her
black.
because she has like 99% pink.
Yeah. Except for the black leather, but it's clearly cloth.
Yeah,
leather.
that's leather. That doesn't. Yeah.
So if it asks us, we got it narrowed down to 3. Okay. What?
Come on, man. There's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You believe in my detective skills?
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Wow.
Believe in the me that believes in you. Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have had to be prepared in the gym well beforehand. Oh, that does actually narrow it down. So it would have to be somebody that, you know, could get into the gym. So somebody who was working on the stuff. As far as I know, Spookie is not involved at all.
Himiko.
So it would be Himiko, but the other person was also working on the curtains. Right.
Yeah, Tsumugi was working on the curtains.
Not Spookie, it was Kurumi.
Oh yeah, Kurumi was.
And those are 2 of our suspects right there, so...
Yeah.
One of these 2. But I don't feel like Himiko would frame herself.
Right, so Tsumugi is the more likely option.
Kurumi?
Kurumi! Why do I keep saying Tsumugi? The names are complicated.
That narrows down the list of suspects. Okay, so...
Yep.
We're going with her.
Kurumi. Yep.
The Tojo clan.
It has to be you.
It's all because the Tojo Queen. This is what happens
One more
whenever
thing
Kiryu
I
isn't
still have to
here.
confirm, but Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision? I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Well, evidence points to you, so...
Let's see what she's got.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An
But it's a
alibi
lot
for
of-
nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Yep.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
No.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma
So am I.
totally shared an inner tube.
We all
I could do that too.
Except perhaps Gonta.
No.
Of course,
He's too
Kurumi
heavy.
can implicate herself. My logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere. I just have to stay calm and find it.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime.
I
And you
think
have
whenever
no
she said
alibi, do you?
most people don't have an alibi, I think.
An alibi for nighttime?
Alibis for yesterday, use
I
that.
believe most of us do not have one.
Do any of them include nighttime? 8 to 11 p.m.
8 p.m. to 11 p.m., so yes, night.
Some of nights. But according to Maki, he was alive at midnight, because that's what she talked about. So this is all
Right.
before, so it does not help us. I don't think. Sure, I mean, if we're going by the evidence that Maki met... Let's see. It was around 8 p.m. last night. You also saw Ryoma 30 minutes before that. Trying to see if we have any evidence to actually shoot at
I
anything.
have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
I don't think Monokuma File has anything.
No. There is
Do you
nothing
think we would
pointing to
fall for
anyone in
such
that.
nonsense?
Insect meet and greet, does that have anything useful? Gunta, Himiko brought at 5 minutes. Kichi left the lab at 9 p.m.
Sense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a...
Yeah.
It could have... I'm just trying to remember, where do we have evidence that says she...
nice body.
Anything?
She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
Let me check, what's this say again? Tricked by Kokichi. There's only that text, it doesn't mention anything about her. He was with Kurumi from 9 to 10 p.m. 10, he returned to the lab. Kurumi was in the gym until a little bit before 9 p.m. with Himiko and Angie. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. she was with Kokichi. She was in the gym alone for around 5 minutes, which could be enough to do what she wanted to do, right? Maybe that's the
Yeah.
evidence. But what do we shoot that at?
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
That no one had, like, alibis, kind of what I was saying earlier.
Or when she
I,
says
of course, am
anyone
not the
could have did that,
culprit.
and then we say not anyone, it would have to
The
be
crime was committed
you,
at nighttime.
somebody that
I
was in
guess
there.
And you have no alibi, do you?
Wasn't alibis
An
yesterday
alibi
what I
for
had?
night-
If you think that's what it is, then shoot. Go
Well,
ahead.
what did you want me to shoot at? I'm confused now.
I was saying that basically nobody had alibis when basically
well,
everyone
same
did.
thing, right? I mean, we can shoot that one first if you really want me to.
No, just go with what you want.
It's just that the alibis are for, before the murder, so they're
Well,
not...
I'm dumb, so just pick what you want.
I believe most
I'm
of
not confident in your answer.
us do not have one.
I'll just let it go through again
evidence
and
that proves you're the culprit.
ignore Mew,
Do you
because
think
she's
we would
not...
fall for
That's
such
not what she's
nonsense?
talking about, right?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
We know she's skilled, but that's not what I...
That could have been done by anyone.
This part... There we go.
That's wrong!
So you were right.
Let's see if he even says what I was thinking, or if he says something else.
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi. Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only, like, 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion! While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
I never expected it would turn out like that. No matter how hard I think, I'm like hardly ever right.
If
in
it was
any of
solely
these.
the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window. But there is no evidence to indicate this had happened. In other words, it is just a guess. And then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception.
It's the conclusion we reach together. It's not just a guess. I have evidence on my side, and I'll show her.
I am referring to the rope.
The marked window frame.
Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window. But there is no evidence to indicate
this had happened. No, I accidentally shot it.
In other words, it is just a guess. And then
let's
you
do
add
another loop.
assumptions and hearsay to that guess.
Yeah.
It is nothing more than deception.
Ah.
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window. But there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
I'll cut through your words! I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
He did say he wanted to corner the
Kirumi
culprit, so...
quiet, because that's what happened?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone!
For everyone?
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
What? Where is this coming from? Her response seems genuine. So what did she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, it felt like you weren't talking about us. It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Really? Do you swear to Atua?
Yes, really. So please believe me, I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede. She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to!
Kirumi!
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else. Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
You're right.
How rude.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well.
She really is like a mom.
Perhaps
Oh,
it was
God.
after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
This is just like a certain someone.
You really are screwed up.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof. It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis.
The fabric.
They could have
The fabric
pretended
at
to
her or
help
something.
Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
I mean, you'd remember if they were there, right?
We can't accuse Kirumi just
Right.
based on our alibis.
I mean, I guess they snuck in, I don't know. Yeah.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Now everybody likes her too much because of the massages and the breakfasts and stuff.
Yeah, maybe we should think it
Yeah.
over one more time.
Wait, who did
made a
this before?
promise.
Like, used all of this, like, they tried to paint a really good image of themselves to, like, Mikan.
Yeah, Mikan.
This is very similar to Mikan. Yeah.
As the ultimate
agree.
detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
Except Mikan still got insulted all the time. But
Right.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I'll use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit? But there is no evidence to indicate that I am—
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the ropeway was used to move the body. If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift ropeway, then the final clue falls into place.
the final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit? Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong! Your deduction is all wrong!
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone!
Wow.
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right now. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty.
Oh, that's that piece of fabric.
Where's that dang fabric? It's actually how we decided it was her.
Oh,
I missed
passed it.
Where is it? I'm not good at spotting things.
Black piece
right
of
here.
fabric.
Okay.
Yep.
There's a lot of
This is
words. They give you a long list, and that's... Yeah,
The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle, because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how that black fabric fits into this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now. Okay, time for this look at that night armor.
You are incorrect.
That is so cool.
What is this
Oh,
truth?
I'm
That
doing
is
something
your
wrong.
deduction.
Like,
You
let
gotta
go.
hold those.
You continue to
Confused.
confuse
Just-
everyone.
It says it.
I know, but I don't
You
know
are
when
incorrect.
I start holding.
Oh,
What is
I
this
still
truth?
don't know how it works.
I think I hold it
That
immediately.
is just your empty deduction.
No, maybe I start holding it once it gets full.
You continue
That's
to
why it's not
confuse
working.
everyone.
Okay, I think I got it now.
You are incorrect.
Watch. There we
What is this truth?
Oh, I see.
That is just your empty deduction. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with
It's a good thing they're
speculation.
lenient with this.
You only
Yeah.
wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never.
What's that? I don't know, just do this.
It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. You only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning,
Okay, the final
What
blow.
does that piece of trash prove?
Get room knees. Oh, I missed something.
Oh god.
Can I undo?
I completely understand your reason. But I will never accept it.
Let's see.
It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit.
Okay, try it again.
What does that piece
Like
of trash
Get
prove?
through these gloves. There we
It
go.
ends here!
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck?
The piece of
Was that
fabric
next part
came from
necessary?
Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and...
And it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means that someone has to be sacrificed. But Kaede was scared too. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and I doubted it. But I kept thinking and kept going. This is where it led me, and I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
A closing argument, which you hate, but... Okay, let's see.
I do, in fact, hate it.
The evidence made of metal the Piranhas didn't want to eat. Let's find some of the other stuff. The inner tube, friction on glove, Piranhas swarming in tank. Okay, what's this? It was used as a partition. We don't have that one. Or do we? The thin and long item the culprit took from the gem. Thin and long item. Where in the gem was the rope tied. I don't think we have that. Go back a second. Made of metal. The Piranhas didn't eat. Culprit took from the gem. Oh, that would be a rope, perhaps? Okay. Song. I like this song. Let's put on the fingers, wrists, and Kafu. Was taken from the. Don't have that yet, but I know you mentioned that earlier somewhere. Somewhere, I thought. Down. Gem was the rope tied. Is that the gem window? Yeah, okay. To transport the body on the rope. The brakes was tougher than expected. Friction on the glove. Piranha tank lid. That was back a little bit. You just use this as like a time to catch your breather before the stuff that comes next. Don't worry. Okay. This is new 0. We got little handcuffs in water. So it says that they didn't even. Was taken from the pool. The rubber inner tube. Piranha swarming in tank. Would be unbroken. Was the body carried to the Piranha swarming in a tank?
This is the truth of the case! The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act. When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night around 8:55 p.m. While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They
Of all
used
this
it as a
poor fish all
partition
together.
to force the piranhas to one side of the tank.
Would it be considered animal abuse? I don't know.
I mean, probably, but they're committing murder, so.
Yeah.
Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym and used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window.
No ominous, just
Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab. All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind. Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists. And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun. They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. the rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves.
One little piece.
But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body. After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence, the fabric and the inner tube. They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime.
There she is.
And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid?
Complete.
Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi...
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
We don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
No need to worry.
Oh, Madame, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Okay, who you want to vote for?
Ourselves.
Yeah. For real?
No, I'm joking.
Where is she?
Right below us.
Right below us. Get ducked.
Get ducked.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Results. Somebody did vote for Shuichi.
Kurumi did.
Oh, that's
Probably.
true. That would make sense. She's like, no, you.
Yeah.
She didn't even vote for the person she was trying to frame. She just
As the
voted.
blackened. Will you make
Yeah,
the right
I mean-
choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
It doesn't matter too much anyway. She's gonna die regardless.
Verdict.
Hotel. If only Kiryu was here. I solved all the problems.
Wow. A lot of A's.
It is. Oh my.
Got an A on every single thing. We're so good. It's only Danganronpa 2 that's like, no, you're now B's. We're back to A's everywhere.
Yeah. B for barely good. I don't know.
Oh my!
You all voted correctly. Unexpected and unpredictable outcome. The blackened who killed Ryoma Hoshi is Karumi Tojo, the ultimate maid.
Yay, bravo, bravo.
Thank goodness.
Phew, thank goodness we managed to get through the class trial again.
You gotta be kidding me!
There's nothing good about this at all. Sob, sniffle. Why? Why did it have to be Karumi?
Yeah.
Truly, this result was unexpected.
Wait!
How can you be so calm about it?
No way.
Gonta no can believe it. Karumi was so helpful. For everyone. Same Karumi is also culprit?
Yoo-hoo!
Hey, how long have you been lying to
The
us?
truth is,
Is that why you took such good care of us, so you could deceive everyone?
Huh?
You mean she's not my mom?
Hey!
Oh my god. She was never your fucking mom.
Damn it.
Hey, Kurumi, tell me, why? You were always thinking about everyone around you. How could you kill someone?
Human beings have always been selfish, self-centered creatures.
That's why I hate humans. They burn down the forests we call home. They pollute the rivers we drink from. I'll never forgive humans.
no way!
Is that really a reason to destroy them? Some humans are really nice.
Shut up!
Shut up, shut up, shut up. Enough of the commentary already.
Say,
Well, Karumi, were your feelings towards us simply another falsehood?
How?
No, it can't be. Say it ain't so. That was just another lie, too.
No.
I don't think so. I still believe Kurumi cares about us.
What?
And how would you know? Can't say for certain, but I can sense that this trial has been agonizing for her.
You can't say for certain. That is what a detective would say.
Kurumi, are you upset because of the people important to you? You mean like from the motive video? So Kurumi watched hers after all?
Earlier, Kurumi mentioned that she had accepted a request. Perhaps that request came from someone important in her motive video?
What's wrong?
Do you have nothing to say for yourself?
I do not agree.
No, that's not it. I'm just lost. Because if I tell you why I did it, you will regret what you've just done.
Regret?
Damn.
Spit it out already. Otherwise, we can't accept this outcome.
Please!
Please, Kurumi, tell us. I care about you a lot, and I know the others care about you too. So please.
Understood.
Very well then. If you are all so desperate to know,
I shall take that request.
I will consider this final request and tell you everything.
Well, you know.
No more lies, then. You better just tell us the truth, please and thank you.
Yes,
Yes, I understand.
that is correct.
Your reasoning was exactly right. The reason I murdered Ryoma was because of what I saw in my motive video. As I thought, you did indeed watch your video.
So that means someone broke the agreement and traded you your motive video? Alright, fess up. Which one of you did it? Close your eyes and raise your hand if it was you.
What are you saying?
Why would the one raising their hand need to close their eyes?
May I?
That won't be necessary. I did not trade my motive video with anyone.
If you didn't trade it with anyone, how'd you see your motive video?
Hey!
Perhaps Kurumi received her own motive video. Huh? You mean she had her own motive video from the start?
Yes.
Correct. No one had my motive video, but me, the video's intended recipient. I have no idea why.
The fuck's going on?
That's not possible. Monokuma, what the hell's going on? You know, I meant to bring this up earlier because it's been bugging me for a while. All this talk about videos being switched, what does that mean exactly? Don't play dumb. You're the one who switched up all the motive videos.
No.
No, I didn't.
Huh?
Oh. Oh? Was I not supposed to ask that? Did you cubs screw up again?
Huh? Not supposed to.
Dumbass!
It's all Mono Fanny's fault. She passed them out without checking the names. What? I didn't know. Monotaro should have checked the names too. Wait a minute. I don't even remember passing out any videos. It was my fault.
Yeah?
What?
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I should have been more careful.
No.
No, Monodon. It's not your fault.
Okay.
It's all our fault. I'm sorry too.
Yeah?
Seems I misunderstood.
Yeah.
I completely forgot the plan all along was to redistribute the videos.
Daddy?
Hey,
It's not your fault at all, kids. It's my fault for forgetting.
Father!
Hey.
Thank goodness.
What?
What the hell is this mushy feel-good crap?
You stupid!
You're all idiots. I'm through getting along with you dummy bears.
Well now.
I'm sorry to cause so much trouble. Please continue your boring conversation.
I see.
I see. The Mono Cubs merely distributed the motive videos at random. Receiving my own video was nothing more than bad luck.
Oh, I see.
So you watched it without knowing why it was given to you?
Hey!
What was in your video?
What's wrong?
Well, you promised to tell us everything.
Yes.
I will tell you the truth in its entirety, but I doubt that everyone will believe it.
So,
If that's the case, why don't we all watch the motive video together?
That's right.
Yes, that would be much better. Let's hurry before Daddy gets bored again.
How thorough of you. Yet I suppose it is better this way. Perhaps the truth will be easier to believe if you witness it with your own eyes.
After Kurumi had spoken, the Mono Cubs began playing the video. Kurumi Tojo's motive video.
Alright! Back by popular demand, it's time for the motive video! Who's the most important person in your life? And now, without further ado, Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid. With clients in politics and finance, this elite maid is renowned for completing any request. One fateful day, she was suddenly summoned by one of her most influential clients, the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister had a request of utmost importance. He requested that she use her talent as the ultimate maid to serve her country. He asked Kirumi to
make this country great again
and transferred all his authority to her.
Please never use that horrible fucking quote ever again.
No one suspected that the Prime Minister's new secretary was secretly running the country.
Wasn't better when the cheetah said it anyway.
She became the de facto Prime Minister. Only Kirumi could save the country from impending doom. Yes, the future of the country rests entirely on her capable shoulders. But Kirumi is up to the task, for she only accepts requests that only she can fulfill. She is driven by the belief that her citizens are the most important people in her life. Oh, and while we're on the subject of those important people, an unfortunate event will soon befall those vermin and sheeple. What event, you ask? It's a secret. Find out for yourself.
Huh?
Can't be.
What?
What the hell? The Prime Minister?
Yes.
Everything you just saw is true, though I only remembered it upon watching that video.
Remembered?
Wait!
Please, hold on. The video is true?
What is this?
That's ridiculous. There's no way Kurumi's really the Prime Minister.
I do not agree.
No, it's the truth.
The leader of Japan is right here.
Wow. I am Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid, and the most important people to me
This is my selfless devotion.
are the citizens of this country.
I was called upon to lift the country out of a dire situation. I swore to serve and help all its citizens. As the ultimate maid, I have advised politicians many times in the past, but he wanted me to prioritize saving the country from an unprecedented crisis. I fully accepted this request. As a maid, it is a great honor to serve the nation itself.
What did I do?
You're literally confusing the shit out of me, because this makes no sense, and I gotta take a dump. Wow.
I love that line.
Okay. Wait, what?
Literally confusing. Makes no sense, but I gotta take it.
Oh, you said you left the line?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I see.
So Kurumi was the real Prime Minister, running the country behind the scenes.
Huh?
How can you seriously believe that a high schooler could be Prime Minister?
You really don't get it.
I don't think it's odd that an ultimate level talent could be that powerful. I mean, Keyboy's talent lets him pretend to be human, even though he's a heartless robot.
How rude!
I am not pretending. I'm still learning.
I see.
I see. Well, good luck, I guess.
Incredible.
I was aware of Kurumi's impressive talents, but Prime Minister?
But...
Then Kurumi really is Prime Minister? She hold burden of country's future?
Actually,
Motive video aside, Kurumi doesn't seem like she'd lie about something like that.
Yoo-hoo!
Hey, I get that Kurumi is really important, but what was that unprecedented crisis?
I do not know.
I don't know, actually. Why can't I remember?
Our memory's lost.
That's...
Wait, isn't this just like the ultimate hunt?
That is correct.
Perhaps it is connected to the ultimate hunt.
Huh?
The ultimate hunt is connected to this unprecedented crisis facing the nation? That's true. How are they connected? What is this ultimate hunt anyway?
I do not know.
What is happening to the nation while I'm here, inside the end wall? That is what I need to know. That is why I need to know. I needed to know the most important people in my life were safe.
This is my selfless devotion.
Because I am duty and honor bound to protect every citizen of this nation.
My apologies.
That is why I need to escape.
The Prime Minister's life is worth more than all of you.
If so...
Yeah, apparently. She serves the citizens. And And yet she has to kill.
She's like, you don't understand. I'm more important than you. You need to die for me.
Some backwards logic. Anyway. So you weighted our lives against the lives of everyone else in the nation.
But if those are the options, of course you'd pick everyone outside, right? There's just too many lives at stake out there. And we just stopped Kurumi from doing that because we selfishly wanted to live.
I don't like that.
What should we do? Did we just make a terrible mistake? Everyone outside dies because Kurumi is dead.
Why?
Doesn't that mean we pretty much destroyed the country? What do we do?
Wait!
Say, what's Monokuma planning to do with the rest of humanity? You know how many people live in this country? Like 100 million easily.
Always messing around.
No matter how powerful the mastermind is, there's no way they could really...
Bears do not lie.
Bears do not look like a robot.
Hey,
I am the leader of this world. Nothing is beyond my power.
Oh my goodness. He rules the world.
Huh?
Things beyond your power. What kind of arrogant, ridiculous...
100%.
That is 100% a lie. It's impossible that he could bring disaster to a country.
What are you trying to pull?
What's so funny?
Cuz!
Guys, act like you can't believe it. But you're all terrified anyway.
Shing!
If you can't believe it, then you're terrified for no reason. Why do humans lie? Why are humans the only animal that tells lies?
Shut up!
Hey, cut it out. This is serious.
Oh?
How long are you gonna keep talking about Karumi?
Dang it!
Let's talk about Ryoma. It would be a shame to completely neglect him.
It's true, they just completely don't even care about it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, he did.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
That's right, we know your motive to kill, but why did you kill Ryoma specifically?
That is...
Because he was easy to kill.
Huh?
Easy to kill.
Weird.
Ryoma not the weak. When he used the Shukichi method, even Gontanok could catch.
I do not agree.
His physical strength was irrelevant when he did not have a reason to live.
Do you agree?
Without that, he became the weakest among us.
Huh?
I took advantage of his weakness and killed him.
What do you mean?
That is...
I told him I had urgent matters to discuss, and to meet me in the research lab on the 3rd floor. There, I revealed my motive video, and afterward I told him,
That is correct.
I am responsible for the life of every citizen of this nation, so I must escape this place. He then responded,
Got it.
So you got a reason to survive. That's a complete opposite of me. That's good. If you got something to live for, it means your life has value. After he said that, he told me he would clean up the tennis balls lying around.
And then, he turned his back toward me. At that moment, my determination solidified. A person like him would have noticed my bloodthirst emanating. He already knew. He forfeited his life right then and there. That is correct.
That is when I decided I must sacrifice his life for my nation and my people.
Then...
Ryoma knew he was going to be killed.
But...
Wait a minute, it's Maki's fault that Ryoma decided he didn't want to live anymore.
What?
What?
Because...
Ryoma only gave up on life after you showed him his motive video. Well, since you didn't watch his motive video, I guess you had no way of knowing.
What are you talking about?
What's your point?
Wait!
Wait a minute, you're talking as if Ryoma saw that motive video. Didn't you just say that he only checked the name and didn't watch the video? Huh? Did I say that?
Huh?
What are you getting at?
Well, you know...
I probably shouldn't say anything, but someone has to step up and speak for poor Ryoma.
I told you.
Again, what's your point? That he gave up on life because I showed him his motive video? I'll get to that in a sec, but why do you think Ryoma wanted to see his motive video? Because he was looking for a reason to live. Isn't that right, Maki?
Why?
How do you know that?
What?
Swap motive videos. Didn't we agree not to show them to each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, because once you watch him, you've got a motive to kill.
But
if someone shows someone important to me, I'd really like to see that.
Yeah, if it shows someone important to him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Any idea who'll be in the video?
no.
I don't. That's why I want to see it.
He wants to know that somebody out there is actually waiting for him, so he'll actually have a reason to live.
Wow. I feel that sometimes. Anyway. Once I know I've got someone important to me, I'll have a reason to live.
Jeez.
If I've got a reason to live, then I've got a reason to escape here with you guys.
In other words,
That video might just give me the motive to live.
please.
So please.
That's true.
You're right, he was looking for a reason to live.
Well, you know.
Which means you shouldn't have shown him his motive video in the first place.
Hey!
What do you mean? What did his video show?
Ah.
Nothing. His motive was empty.
Huh?
Empty.
Okie dokie.
Oh, we're up next. Let's give it a watch, shall we?
All right! Back by popular demand, it's time for the motive video! Who's the most important person in your life? And now, without further ado... This message is for Ryoma Hoshi, the ultimate tennis pro! Unfortunately, there is no one in the world who is important to you. I'm so sorry. Really, I am. You have my deepest sympathies. Sorry.
That's really depressing.
No one was important to him?
Always
Oh my
messing
God.
around.
That's what he was shown? If he saw something like that?
He had none to care for, and none who'd cared for him. He found no motive to live. Because of that, he chose to let Kurumi claim his life.
I see.
So that's why. He must have watched the video before I summoned him to meet with me.
It can't be.
He just gave up then?
Damn.
To hell with that damn moron.
But
It's bad to have no reason to live, but it's also bad to have too many reasons to live.
because
That's why you did such a terrible thing, right, Kurumi? Too many reasons.
Yes.
You are free to judge me for killing Ryoma. I would bear the burden of being seen as evil for the sake of my nation and its people.
For everyone.
Because that is what it means to serve with selfless devotion.
The ends justify the means.
Yep. That's why I needed to survive. Sacrificing you all meant saving the lives of men, women, children, and elderly.
My apologies.
I wanted to live.
Kurumi.
Monokuma, going to have question.
You need something?
Ow? What is it?
Hey!
Can Gonta be blackened instead of Kurumi?
Huh?
Oh,
What?
Gonta.
Gonta.
Not smart boy. But even Gonta understand what everyone's saying. Kurumi should live, not Gonta. World needs her.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't want to die, but Kurumi's life is way more valuable than mine. Kurumi's got the lives of hundreds of millions of people on her shoulders, right?
Unfortunately.
Logically, Kurumi's survival would result in fewer casualties than our collective survival would.
jeez.
Maybe it would have been better if we'd gotten culprit wrong.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, man.
Kurumi survives, then the nation's future will be secure. What was the point of me doing all this? Why did I reveal the truth? What have I done? Was I wrong? I shouldn't have.
Shuichi!
What kind of face is that, Shuichi? If you're my sidekick, then suck it up.
Huh?
What?
Hey!
That goes for all of you. To hell with all this value of life shit.
Alright!
Life's not just some thing. You can't trade it or put a price on it. Kaido.
Listen up.
Your life doesn't just belong to you. It's for your parents, your grandparents, your friends, even your neighbors.
I mean...
It's not something you can just decide to throw away on your own.
Don't worry about it.
So we didn't do the wrong thing. Life's purpose is to be lived. As long as you stay alive, anything's possible. You can even go to the stars.
Of course!
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I want to live. I haven't even traveled to space yet. There's no way in hell I'm gonna die here.
Jeez.
The idiot's talking again.
But...
But he's right. I mean, you're right too. He is an idiot, but he's right.
So divine!
Yep, he's an damned idiot.
I don't know why. The idiots always fill me with inspiration.
Shut up!
Hey, shut up. I told you to stop calling me an idiot.
But...
Maybe his stupid speech is just what we needed to hear. Karumi certainly looks shaken by it.
Huh?
Huh? Shaken.
Because...
Do you really think someone as desperate to live as Karumi would give up so easily? Of course not. In fact, she probably still hasn't given up even now. She was hoping that learning the truth would make one of us volunteer to die in her place.
Huh?
What?
But
Monokuma would never allow a Blackened to escape punishment, so maybe. She wanted everyone to rebel, so she could use that as cover to escape on her own. How about it, Karumi? Am I close?
You are the most detestable cretin I have ever met. You knew exactly what I would attempt, yet allowed me to explain anyway.
Wait, what he just said was true?
You mean...
You tried to trick Gunta? Tried to trick everyone?
Really?
Seriously, you backstabbing cunt.
Cut it out.
Enough. She was just trying to stay alive in her own way. Nobody can blame her for that.
That is correct.
That's right. I must survive. Because I carry the weight of an entire nation on my shoulders. I would not have killed Ryoma if I was so easily deterred. The request will not be fulfilled until I have brought joy to every citizen of this nation.
You must live.
So no matter what, I cannot die. That is why I killed Ryoma. Even now, I refuse to give up.
Huh?
Rumi?
I see.
You still refuse to give up, so what do you intend to do?
You must live.
I intend to live. I must survive, no matter what it takes. If I must debase myself, so be it. I would drink filth and eat carrion to survive.
I will survive!
I will do anything to survive.
She screamed and she started running.
And then she died. Oh my god.
Couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's a completely undignified exit.
I have to escape! I won't die here!
Well, that just happened. There's no way I'm gonna let you... there's no way I'm letting you get out of here.
It was ugly and raw and feral. She just ran as fast as she could. I heard my voice call out. Run.
Damn it!
Run, Kurumi.
Please run!
Hurry!
And please hurry.
Damn.
Hurry, run.
Hey,
Like I said, I'm not letting you leave.
Please, run.
I will live! I refuse to die in a hellhole like this!
now then, I've prepared a special punishment for Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid.
For my nation, for my people.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I will not die!
Oh,
wow. Murder time.
Kirumi has been found guilty. She's right with time for the punishment.
Monokuma chicks. His bare legs are tiny.
Strand of Agony.
Oh my god. Ow. Ow. Reserved. Oh, that was gruesome.
Oh my goodness.
Monodome is
Why,
just
Monodome? Why did you kill Monosuke?
It's okay.
If you need to vomit, let it out. You will feel much better afterwards. Monosuke, he was no different from Mono Kids. He was getting in the way of us getting along.
It's fine.
We don't need him.
Yeah?
Don't need him?
Let's get along.
We few remaining Mono Cubs must get along.
We are all friends.
No matter what, we must always get along. Not even Father can stop us from getting along.
I will not forgive that.
Not if he knows what is good for him.
You know,
this academy belongs to us. The age of the Mono Cubs begins now.
you know, and honestly, it's a good thing we played Ultra Despair Girls before this, because if there's any time that it's such a telltale sign of this is 100% Monica. She was totally against the so-called oppression of the adults, and she thinks like authority figures are stupid as fuck. So she's controlling the Monocubs too, mind you. So it would make sense she would act like
this fits her narrative.
It does. Hey, how dare you take that rebellious tone with me, young man?
That's nice.
And yet, this angsty attitude of yours is just so cute.
They're so cute.
It's so cute how your little crew was shrunk by one member. Yep, shrunk. You're not getting any larger, you know?
They're so freaking cute.
Alright, we get it. Okay, alright. What?
Like what?
How horrible!
Ugly bitch! Who you calling an ugly bitch?
I automatically assumed he was talking to her.
Stop it!
Yep.
It doesn't matter. Now's not the time for that.
Kurumi.
I don't like that.
I can't take this anymore. Even Kurumi was killed so brutally. I don't want to do this anymore.
Am I gonna end up like that too?
I'll protect you!
I won't let that happen, Himiko. I'll protect you no matter what. I'll protect you no matter what. But I don't want to do this anymore either. Please, let's just stop this killing game. I don't care if we stay trapped here forever.
Come on, come on!
Oh, isn't that what Atua said?
'Cause Atua says so.
All desire, even your desire to escape this place, can corrupt you beyond redemption.
It's Monokuma who's corrupt. He is the one who distributed the motive videos.
I see, yes.
Those videos were more dangerous than we thought. To have driven Kurumi that far.
That's true.
What worries me is, as long as we're trapped here, we don't know what's true or false.
Okay.
That must be why Kurumi did not want to show the videos. She thought if everyone felt the same murderous rage that she did, this killing game would be pure chaos. She wanted to stop it.
Hey,
that's the case, then we really shouldn't show our videos to each other.
Of course!
That was our consensus from the beginning. Not including you, of course.
However...
I had assumed Kokichi would try to show us our videos to get under our skin. But what did not come to pass? But that did not come to pass. What, I wonder, were his intentions?
I'd never do anything like that. I'm still thinking about what Kurumi said. Kurumi said...
Everything you just saw was true. Though I only remembered it upon watching that video.
That's...
what she said earlier, correct?
Huh?
Huh? What about it?
She said she remembered, and it didn't sound like a lie either.
I see.
Maybe that video had the properties of a flashback light if it made her remember.
What?
Huh? The properties of a flashback light?
Okay.
Still, how could Kurumi remember something she never should have forgotten? Serving the entire nation seems too important for her to just forget.
Yeah, that's true.
Does that mean we have motives to kill that we'll remember by watching our videos? If that's the case, maybe it's for the best that we don't watch the videos. As long as we don't see the videos, we won't know our motives.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm convinced. It's probably for the best. Those motive videos would mess us up. It's best if we just believe in each other.
Yeah.
That's right. It's best that we not remember our motives for everyone's sake.
Oh dear.
Hearing you speak of everyone's sake is the least believable lie I've heard yet.
That's so mean.
How rude. I'm always doing stuff for everyone's sake.
It's a lie.
I'm sure you won't believe me when I say stuff like that, so I'll just keep lying. But maybe seeing Kurumi's final moments has made me change my views.
Because...
she tried to escape until the very end. Running away to live might not be a bad idea.
You're right.
Maybe facing the truth isn't enough.
That's right.
Yeah, true. It's okay to run sometimes. You just gotta win in the end. That's all you gotta do. And with that, the second-class trial ended for us. A Pyrrhic victory. We had still lost a friend. What is the end Kaido spoke of, and how do we reach it? I don't know. I still don't know. When we returned from the courtroom, the area was already blanketed in darkness.
For now.
We should rest. To me, that seems the most rational course of action.
You're right.
Yeah, my brain's out of juice from going full throttle all day.
Why, you?
Like you even had a brain to use.
I won't forgive you!
Anyway, this killing game is over. I won't allow it to go on.
It'll be okay.
It'll be fine. As long as we listen to Atua, we'll all just be fine.
Feels so silly just arguing with myself.
What's wrong, Gunta? Why are you staring up at the sky?
It's just, even when all this bad stuff happens, stars are always so pretty.
But
stars here different. Not the same ones Gonta used to.
Different? Do you mean the position of the stars?
Yeah, Gonta looking, but no confined star he remembers.
why?
But why? Where? Were we taken somewhere far away?
Far away?
Hey, so...
Hey, let's all head back already. I'm wiped out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Oh, hold on. I have to tell you guys something.
Huh?
What now? Like I said, I'm wiped out. Now. It won't take that long, so just listen to what I have to say.
What is it?
Well then, what is it that you have to say?
Everyone seems to be treating me like some kind of compulsive liar.
You get it?
But that's ridiculous. There's a way worse liar than me in our group.
Huh?
A liar worse than you? I'm talking about Maki.
Huh?
What?
What?
What do you mean Maki's a liar?
Ah.
Maki admitted it during the class trial, remember? Ryoma wanted her to show him his motive video because he was looking for a reason to live.
Well, you know.
But that wasn't the whole story. Ryoma was blackmailing you, wasn't he, Maki?
Huh?
Blackmail?
Ryoma just so happened to discover Maki's true identity. So he used that to blackmail her. I bet he said something like, "You don't show me my motive video, I'll tell everyone what you really are." That's why Maki didn't want us to know she met with Ryoma.
Which means...
She wanted to keep her true identity a secret. That's why she kept quiet until the last minute.
Hold on!
Why you? What shit are you making up now? Maki's true identity? What? I've known Maki's true identity the whole time. For a moment there, I thought Maki had disappeared. She moved so fast.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Yes, kill him!
You know, this is an interesting turn of events. But would you really kill me in front of everyone?
Hey, Maki, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, you can probably snap my neck like a twig right now, but that's not your style. You would rather kill from the shadows, right, Miss Ultimate Assassin?
Oh my goodness.
That's cool.
Now, how many we got left? 12 left.
Kokichi should have been killed there.
Then we'd have to kill her.
Nuh-uh.
I mean, I guess we could let everyone accept her death. We got the servant's gloves.
Well, also no, because we don't know if she's gonna kill everyone else. I mean, she never really was hostile towards anyone. She just minded her own business.
Yeah, but I mean, there'd be a trial because she murdered him, and then we'd have to vote for it.
There isn't a rule against, like, not going to a trial.
Well, there's a rule against not voting, though, so maybe if you don't attend the trial and you don't vote, then everybody just dies.
Well, you can't vote if you're not at the trial.
Yeah, but then they'll kill you. I don't think Monokuma's gonna be like, oh, you know, I was unfair, so you just, everybody gets to live, nobody dies, you know.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
I suppose.
Outsmart them. Yeah, take that, mastermind.
Just have to kill Kokichi in a way that nobody knows who did it, including Monokuma, and then they can't, you know, kill anybody for it.
Yeah, just kill him and hide his body good enough to
make it look like a Radical 6
incident,
incident, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, if he's missing, nobody will know he's dead. If
Yeah,
they don't
that's
find
true.
A body,
if you never
they'll
find the
report it.
body, it'll be fine. You just have to wait until he rots, and then bury his body somewhere.
Yep.
Wait for it to rot, and nobody will ever know. I mean, nobody's gonna go around just, like, digging around in the forest or whatever, so just, like, bury him out there somewhere.
Right. Under a tree somehow.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone, if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a nice day.
Sayonara.
So long, farewell.